Going to make another feints run tonight?
Yeah.
Got 3 gallons?
Pitch them out. Get rid of them. Throw them away. They're going to make you go blind.
Yeah. Nah.
Yeah, right.
So we're going to dump this in the bucket.
Damn. Put it on there.
Check the proof.
Why are we going to do that?
We're going to make sure it's below 80 proof.
Why are we going to do that?
Because we don't want to blow up.
We want to live.
We like life.
I want to continue living.
Yeah. We don't have an insurance policy on this building. It would be a problem.
It'd be a real cool fireball, though.
It would be a cool fireball. I mean, even cooler, we might even catch it on camera. I mean, that'd be something.
You know, I thought about it.
Title of the video would be Famous Last Words. Would be fine.
God dang, dude. Dad? Come on, man.
Well, if you can't get it, I can't get it.
The old hit it on a table just loosens right up trick. Get them every time.
So this is a combination of all kinds of runs. We didn't even keep track. So there's some corn liquor in there, I know. There's some brandy in there, I know.
Grape brandy, apple brandy, corn liquor.
Yeah.
Probably some vodka.
Some malt whiskey.
Malt whiskey.
Yeah, so we're just going to run this on the Mile High 8-gallon. We're going to use the 3-inch copper torpedo. And, you know, we're going to make some high-proof neutral spirit. Last time we did this, the final product came out around 183 or 87, something like that.
Yeah, I think the highest, I think it was like 189. May have kissed 190 at one point.
Yeah.
You know, I can't remember, but yeah, so I guess we're just shooting for the highest proof neutral spirit we can make.
Yeah.
Pack the column out, run the D flag.
Pack the D flag.
See what happens.
Right on. And I think that covers it. That's what we got going on tonight.
The Great Grain Giveaway.
Hell yeah.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah. Some lucky customer is getting free grain for a year.
Spin that wheel, let the painted ponies fly.
Yeah, 1 box of grain every month for a year. Grain of your choice.
Could be corn, could be kits, could
Whatever.
be all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah. How many entries did we end up with? 100 plus.
123, I think, was the exact final count on that.
Yeah. So your odds are pretty good.
Most people had more than one entry, too. So it's like,
Yeah.
you know, if you only had 2 entries, it's like, what, 1 in 60? Like, pretty good shot of winning.
Not bad. Not bad at all. So at 100, so we need to add, you know, maybe just another half gallon of water, and that'll put it below 80. We'll double check
gallon.
it.
Yeah.
Put it in there, put the column together, get it rolling, and yeah, that's what we got going on. That's it.
I'm excited about it. Probably going to be drinking some things, trying some things. May come back, may circle to, ooh, I could just lock it in right now. Promise the people we're going to come back and try the candy cane Christmas.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we can certainly do that.
circle back to that, see what that's like.
Yeah, doesn't hurt a thing.
Thanks for being here, guys. But I think that they're paid the best, probably the ticket sales people. Like when you go in to get tickets, because like
You got to be really trusted.
you got to be trustworthy.
Yeah.
But then like
Maybe.
a general, like a ride operator, like those guys are probably next because, you know, heavy machinery, people could get hurt if you're not doing what you need to be doing.
No, I bet that is like just above the rigger.
What's the bottom tier car? Rigger?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Because that job's got
Just
to
setting them up?
Yeah, they're the ones that hang out on the other side of the partitions, smoking, waiting to see if they need to help with the Ferris wheel or whatever.
was a pixie dust spreader on a tilt-a-whirl. Well, hello, everybody. We are back. It's Thursday, the ABV Society Live. We're glad to be here with you. I'm Zach. This is Cyrus. That's Adam. And it's another week.
Another week in the books.
Dude, big grain giveaway. I'm ready to spin the wheel. I don't know if you guys are. I'm sure you guys are. I don't stand to win anything, and I'm probably more excited than most of you about it somehow.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
So, yeah, we got a little feints back here. I hope you guys enjoyed watching us fill that thing up and proof it down. But jars are coming off pretty nicely. We got jar number 1 at 186 and jar number 2 at 189. Pretty high proof stuff.
Yeah, and as usual, didn't start it in time, so this run's going to be running late or getting shut down early, one or the other.
We had a game of dominoes that went late.
All the same people. There's a couple of names I don't know. Sean, love these lives, informative and funny.
Thank you.
Roger Wilco 59, good to see you.
Knows
He
Olympic
said shout
Dave.
out to Olympic Dave.
Knows Dave.
Yeah. Which Olympic Dave is formerly Olympic Diaries.
Okay.
Changed his name.
Oh, yeah, I remember we talked about that in the morning live. Yeah.
Oh, man, he shared a badass picture, too. We were talking about the copper finger on the Olympic still. I was like, I don't even know what that is.
Oh, he put one in MeWe?
No, he actually sent it to my email, I think.
Oh.
But it's basically, it's a copper tubing wrapped around the top of the onion so that you can run water through
It's
it.
like a little deflag?
It's like a little deflag.
That's pretty cool.
Exterior deflag. Yeah, I thought that was awesome.
That's pretty neat.
I should have downloaded it and sent it to Adam so he could share the pic with everybody. That would have been
It
awesome.
sits up on top of the onion right before it
Yeah.
necks over, and that's pretty
Mhm.
cool. I've never seen one of those, I don't think.
No, I imagine it's might be one of Dave's inventions. Who knows?
Pretty neat. How's everybody doing? What are you guys running? What do you guys have planned? I read your chat while you guys are sitting in here waiting for us to get going, and I saw Scott and his dad were working on some apple brandy. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Need to get the old man in on a run.
Yeah.
See what he's got.
Yeah.
So I could yell at him too, like he used to yell at me when we were working on a truck or something. God dang it, boy! I told you, adjust that flame. Don't crank it up. Get some
Why are you holding the light where you can see? I'm the one that needs to see.
Hold the damn light where I can
Right.
see it.
It's like a
You don't
universe.
need to see nothing.
It's like a universal experience of young boys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him one of these days on one of those.
So yeah, we're also going to try the
Oh yeah.
Christmas candy cane. It still needs to be filtered. There's all kinds of stuff in there.
Maybe we should. Should we just attempt to filter it and then try it? Is one filtering going to do anything for this, or is it
I
going
don't
to take several?
I think we might have to add some clarifier to it.
Drop some of the candy cane out of it.
Yeah. Some of those oils.
Keys all in chitin.
Mm-hmm. I invited my pops into the shed, and he wanted me to set up 3 more stills.
Oof.
Pop saw a little venture in his head.
Yeah. He's like, hold on now, wait.
Are you making money at this?
We could make 3 times the amount of liquor you're already making.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what that means, Poison. He said, wedding Saturday, we'll be as drunk as 3 green bicycles. Never heard that one before.
I've never heard that one
I'm
before.
not sure he knows what that means, but hey,
Maybe that's the point.
sounds good.
I think I saw that he said his son was getting married on Saturday. Poison. I think that's what I read
Uh-huh.
earlier.
That's neat. Roger Wilco's got some 65% yellow corn, 35% bloody butcher shine. Is it
Oh,
still? Have you got it mashed in? If so, like, is it still that red color that butcher does most of the time to the mashes?
Oh, with all the yellow in it.
Maybe it's more of a purple.
I don't know. They're trying to get Windsong to say "I told you so" about the candy cane.
Do it, Winston.
I mean,
It's the lowest thing.
there's
we
no
need to
there's
hear.
no need really. We all know you were right.
Yeah, I think we knew
I think
pretty quick.
instantly. I think
Yeah,
instantly.
within
yeah.
like minutes.
She loves being right.
Needed that early.
Yeah. Not yet. Mashed next coming up.
Saw Daniel Stevens in here talking some shit before we got rolling. Good to have you here, I guess. Oh, it's about ready.
Mm-hmm. Jason Acosta says Windsong is always right. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with that in public. She is pretty much always right when it comes to post flavor. All right, let's see what we got on jar number 3. Those big old bubbles. Big old bubbles. Wow. Hell yeah. Also, the heads in this one got compressed for about an hour and a half.
A long time.
Could not get it adjusted right.
Yep. This D flag, I think, just really can do some work.
I think the biggest problem we have is that
I think it'll be perfect for that keg, though.
Yeah.
15-gallon versus, I mean, it's basically double the size.
I don't think we'll have near the issues when I get a new valve. Get like a needle,
Oh, yeah.
a needle valve.
Yeah.
Rimfire.
Tell you every week, don't let it happen again. Time and time again. You're late for your shift. It's all right. We won't dock your pay.
We gotta. Gotta show the bubbles or I'll get reprimanded. Look at them disappear.
What bubbles?
Look at them disappear.
What bubbles?
175, 187, 184.
Mm-hmm.
So is there anyone in here, let me know in the chat, that did not, when we talk about the Great Grain giveaway,
It's always hard to say.
who does not know what we're talking about?
Kick-ass flicker.
Yeah.
I don't give a good goddamn how famous I am. About dead anyway. So many good popcorn quotes.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Longberry has no clue about the Great
So
Grain giveaway.
the Great Grain giveaway.
We've been living, Jack, under a rock. I like how we asked that, we posed that question, and the second someone's like, I'm not sure. I'm like, what are you doing? Jack? Shit.
Last month, anyone who placed a $50 plus order on the Still in the Clear website was automatically entered into a drawing. We ended up with 120 something,
I think 125
entries. You were allowed to enter as many times as you wanted.
Some people did.
And some people took that to heart. And yeah, tonight we are going to draw order numbers, and the winner is going to get free grain for a year, which means you get a box of grain every month for 12 months. You get to pick the grain or the ingredients kit, whatever grain thing you want every month for a year. And so that's what the Great Grain Giveaway was all about.
Jason said you meant the Joe Parks Grainathon.
That's not at all too far off. Yeah, so Adam has set up a Wheel of Fortune type wheel that will randomly pick one of the
Dude, do we want to draw three
numbers?
times? Do we want to draw 3 times, but the first and third one don't count?
That would be terrible, honestly.
Oh, look, you could have won.
That would be awful.
If we were only drawing 1 time, you would have won. Also, if we were doing the last one, you would have won, but you didn't. That was the second one.
Whiskey Rebel says, I've been saving my lunch money for the next giveaway. Not a bad idea. The next one, I mean, we're not giving any hints yet, but the next one could be
Next one's going to be
sweet.
pretty crazy.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And how did you have AI write the code for that? So
Yeah.
artificial intelligence wrote the code for the random color wheel
Yep.
picker,
I had to.
which is pretty cool.
It took me, about 45 minutes of like going back and saying, okay, now the picks aren't consistent, or it's not, showing me the right number. It's picking the same thing over and over, or the numbers are backwards, So I had to kind of comb through it a little bit, but yeah, it wrote this whole web page for me. Mind blowing what it can do.
Yeah, pretty crazy. Crazy. Robert Stone Daddy says,
What a time to be alive.
1, Joe, 2, Joe, 3, Joe.
Kind of. Shit, a phone order in there, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did have a few phone-in votes because we were also having issues with the website, which I'm not sure we're not still having some issues with the website.
I don't know. I hope
Driving
not.
me batty.
Yeah. I'd hate to know how many hours have been spent, like, just clicking through random parts of the back end of that website.
Let's
trying
try
to figure it
this.
out.
Let's try this. Yeah. And get all excited. Yeah, that was it. We fixed it. That was it.
What's up, Bennett? Big old ugly bastard.
Mr. Bennett in the house.
Richard, you are an in-store shopper, which I think this next month, I think we should consider opening it up to the in-store people.
And then just have like separate order numbers that would like start with a 4 or something. So
Yeah, well, or yeah, something. Maybe they all start with a 0 because none of the other ones will.
manually generate.
0, 0,
order numbers.
0, 1, and just write their names down.
I mean, yeah, we could do that.
Feel bad for the guys that come in here and buy a bunch of stuff from us, and they
Mhm.
just have the luxury of being close to where we're at, so they can't
Right.
enter the thing.
Daniel got his new steel today. Is that was that from
Copper Steel
Adam?
Co. Yep.
Yeah, Copper Steel
I
Co.
was watching him build that one day. He was like, "Hey, see if you can get Bennett in here. I'm working on his wife's steel." I was like, "Okay,
Finally going to learn how.
that's good, Bo. It's never too late to learn."
What was the proof on that last jar?
189.
You're holding steady.
Yeah,
Where's the Duke at? Iron Duke not in here? What's up with that?
Joe was closest without going over with 188. No one nailed it.
nobody nailed it.
Go, Joe, go. I want to thank you guys for the breakfast cereal bourbon recipe. The first run and the sour mash run came out amazing. Everyone loves it. Jack, appreciate that, brother. Yeah, I think that was that was honestly something you just did messing around. It turned out that it was awesome. We give it to people here at the shop all the time, and they love it.
So many people have enjoyed that recipe, which is awesome. The Rimfire says, thanks for the extra Rise and Shine this week. Probably talking about when I accidentally did not select members only. So we went live to everybody.
You don't have that. You don't have that on the bigger jobs.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen when Cyrus is in charge. So yeah, no worries, brother. Also, I think we found a workaround.
Did that work?
For those of you that have an Apple product, and
yes,
it's hard to join the channel with an Apple product. So I think we found we have a direct link to the join button. So for those of you that have tried to join and you can't because you have inferior product like Apple, this link should do it. Easy.
Come on. Come on.
Someone test that out real quick and drop like 30 gifted memberships.
Yeah, if somebody has an Apple product and I mean it's $1.99 to go check it for me and then you can cancel, I don't care. But like it would be nice to know if it works.
Garbage Thrown Daddy says the next mash he's doing is a barrel of cereal. You're not going to regret it. I mean, it just comes out.
Well, we've talked about doing that too. Like, let's make 50 gallons of that.
Yeah. It's good enough to do that with for sure.
Dave says, I joined without any issue. Apple rocks. What are you talking about?
I agree.
What are you talking about? Well, I mean, it's just me. I put Apple and Microsoft kind of in the same category.
What about Google?
I don't have a problem with Google. Google works for me every time.
Oh, okay. I thought we were like talking about like the ethics of the company.
Oh no.
Okay.
I don't care what you do.
Okay.
I want shit to work.
Yeah. Okay. I get that.
Oh, Jerry Cromer, you any relation to Tom? How do I do it?
Oh, Tom.
I think you just click that link. I don't know if you have to copy and paste it or if you can just click it. I don't know if it's hyperlinked or not.
It might not be hyperlinked. If you copy it and then paste just the link part into your browser where you search the internet, obviously you'll have to go to the front of it, delete that part that says join the YouTube channel invite link. You have to delete that, but just hit enter once you're in the browser and it'll take you directly to the place that you can join the channel.
So the links that we put in the chat are not hyperlinks?
I don't think so.
Let
me look real quick because it might be.
Hey, do we have any more propane?
Yeah.
So at least on the browser, it's a hyperlink, but on mobile, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it works as a hyperlink on mobile.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Jerry Crumb says, not sure where my dad has been.
Is it in here?
Oh no, it's in the truck. I'll go get it. You'll probably be clanging around too much.
Oh yeah, she's withering away on us. I look back there and the jar wouldn't.
Bill, they got a feints run going.
Yeah, all that stuff that the internet tells you, hey, throw it away, get rid of it. Don't. It's in there. We're rerunning it right now. Not sure where my dad has been.
You said Tom Crumb.
Oh, is Tom your Tom's boy? I just read that as a sad. I don't know where my dad is.
Yeah.
And then I realized.
Probably should have just out from the get-go. The chat stuck.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Sorry for that into the mic, guys.
Oh, there's somebody gifted. Robert Stone Daddy gifted 5 still in the clear memberships. Thank you, sir.
GTD.
Dustin Carter says it's a hyperlink. Awesome. Thank you, Dustin. Clinton just showed up. Good to see you, brother. Anyone else just find a random soybean in a sack of corn, or is it just me?
That does happen sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Clinton is running some Bloody Butcher. Nice. We just bagged up a bunch of Bloody Butcher. Oh, no, that was Jimmy. Jimmy and Blue Corn. We bagged up a bunch of it today.
Yum. All right.
It'll pick back up. It won't take long.
It's catching up real quick. That needle's.
Yeah, it's flowing. The jar.
Yeah.
Sometimes y'all be driving by a field of soybean and see a random corn stalk too. Barry asks if he missed Joe winning. Not yet. We haven't done a drawing yet.
I love how everyone's just kind of rooting for Joe.
Yeah. Yeah, Terry just popped in, Joe. Haven't seen Duke tonight. He's probably lurking, though.
Terry, right up here.
Clicked on the wrong, got homebrew on the phone and still in the clear on the laptop. That's the way to do it.
Nice.
Did you subscribe to the Homebrew Center? No, just kidding. Oh, yeah. Wait, there's no membership on the Homebrew Center.
No. Going to be running the Jimmy Red tomorrow. That's awesome.
Jay, you missed us fighting some gerbils earlier. That's all we've been doing the front half of the show.
Yeah, what was that deal I saw the other day? Do gerbils do hamsters only live in the vet store? Because I've never seen one.
I spent a lot of time in the woods. I got to be honest with you. I've never seen a group or a single hamster running around out there.
Yeah.
And they're pretty colorful little creatures. You know, they'd be pretty easy to pick out.
I think you could find them pretty easy if they
I
were
spent
there.
a lot of time in tree stands.
They're not real fast either.
No, they're not incredibly fast.
Yeah.
Though I think the ones in the wild, maybe they got a little bit more pep, you know.
I think if there are ones in the wild, they probably have some sort of cloaking device.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe try to give us a quick Google search. Are there wild hamsters? And if so, like, do they look differently than the ones you see in like a Petco, or are those a domesticated breed? What if there was wild hamsters and they're like the size of raccoons, and they just bred them down?
Really sharp teeth.
Like you couldn't have a wild hamster as a pet. It would. I mean, you're not going to be able to contain it.
Going to lose a finger.
Yeah, dude. They get the biting force of a crocodile.
Yes, they exist in the wild.
What? That's crazy.
In New Guinea or Patagonia.
Okay, we're going deeper
Chile?
on it, aren't we? Let us see. So apparently they do dwarf breeds pretty commonly in pets. Yeah, I see a lot of this guy.
I could confuse. I may have seen a wild hamster.
Well, let's find out where they're at.
I could
South
confuse
America.
that for some other stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess
Chipmunk or
South
something
America,
like that.
South Asia, maybe.
I would have thought more like Chile, Patagonia, perhaps Brazil.
Let's see. All wild hamsters are native to various regions of Europe and parts of Asian Russia. That's
Primarily
interesting.
grasslands, meadows.
Look at Windsong lion in the chat.
What'd you say? This morning, Zach said I was mean. Now I'm trying to think of mean things to say, but I can't think of any. Maybe I'm not mean enough.
I guarantee you, she's thought of mean things to say. She just not going to say.
You got some cocked and loaded. Don't lie. You got them written down right now. You got them locked and loaded, ready to go.
Went from monkeys to hamsters. What will Zach fight next?
I mean, there's probably not. I couldn't even quantify a number of hamsters that I wouldn't feel comfortable. Like, you put me in a room with X amount of hamsters.
So a 4x4 room with no escape.
4x4 is easier than 10x10.
I'm not finished.
Okay, sorry.
So a 4x4 room.
Okay.
With no exit that you can get through, but plenty of entry points for hamsters.
So it's just an endless amount of hamsters?
It's just an endless number.
Oh, well, I mean...
Did you say 4x4 room? 4 foot by 4 foot?
Yeah.
So I'm like hunkered down.
So you're doing this. You can't open your arms.
Oh, no, maybe it's like, you're talking like 4 foot by 4 foot by like 8 footers.
Yeah. It doesn't matter how tall it is, because eventually...
No, that's
either way,
there's an
buddy.
endless pipeline of hamsters. I'm just going to suffocate at some point.
You're 6 feet because...
all the ones I kill are going to remain in the 4x4 room with me.
They don't disappear. That's right.
I feel like you would be standing atop a mountain of corpses.
I would. I mean, it would literally... Yeah, it would just be an issue of, like, how many can we fit in here before he suffocates? I'm going to be cut up and, like, bleeding probably a lot. I bet a hamster bite, too. I've never been bitten by a hamster, but I bet, while not lethal, probably going to piss you off pretty bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you get enough of them.
It's not like they're harmless. They do eat their young a lot.
They're not exactly harmless. I had, my sister and I had 2 pet rats when I was little. And I walked in one day after school. I walked in one day after school, too. The other one had...
Nice call, chat.
Decapitated the other one. Pretty vicious little animals.
Kevin Egner says you robbed Jeff Bridges' dry cleaning.
I'm the dude.
Yeah, that is a dude sweater, isn't it?
Yes. Oh, yeah. My dad always... Collector Rick, my dad always complains about hive beetles. Yeah, dude, Jason, I'm taking a lot out with me. I'll say that.
Pachuga hamster shine?
Dude, hamster shine would be... I don't even know. Can we do that even?
Can you even do that?
Is that allowed?
Is that legal? I mean, if we want to get a lot of we want to get a lot of viewers to the live stream, then we plan on doing a hamster shine, and we notify PETA to let them know that we're gonna do it, and
they're gonna hate that,
and there'll be 5,000 people in the chat,
especially because we don't have. It seems like we don't have the ability to harvest a wild hamster. So it's gonna be like then you're talking about like
no, it's a pet hamster. You go to Petco.
That's what I'm saying. That seems terrible. People feed them to snakes though.
Yeah, that's true.
If we humanely euthanize the hamster and the most peaceful, like I'm talking about, like maybe there's a bed of flowers.
Yeah,
I don't know that process. I don't know what that would look like, but I think you're gonna get in a little trouble. I think you're going to run afoul of maybe a couple statutes. But that's... I mean, people feed them to their snakes. People feed them to their snakes.
Aren't we all ready?
I mean, I don't think we go looking for extra problems.
Probably
but
not.
I mean,
probably not.
Whenever I search for this, obviously, I mean, you can eat any mammal. Like, it's fine. But... all that I'm seeing is like ethical concerns.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it would appear so. And at that point, are there meat hamsters for sale? And can they be imported into the U.S.? I don't know. All things we'll have to look into.
Meat hamster.
There are certainly meat hamster breeds.
People are eating them. I'm not saying
people eat guinea.
Why did you say
pigs.
there are certainly meat hamster breeds?
People raise guinea pigs to eat.
Yeah,
but hamster is
not much smaller.
Yeah, I mean, well, think about
guinea pigs are huge.
Didn't they say Russian China or Chinese Russia or whatever? You know, that far east central kind of area.
Mm-hmm.
There's no telling what they're doing husbandry on out there. So, I mean, they eat horses. You know, I don't know.
They are eating all kinds of stuff.
So
I've seen some wild videos on the internet.
I mean, Mongolia is an interesting place.
Yeah.
I think our chat is stuck again.
Nope.
Vietnam is wild too.
Yep.
They eat all kinds of stuff.
Yep.
Oh man.
Chicken of the jungle.
Matt Perry asks tariffs on hamsters.
Tariffs on hamsters. Yeah.
They're hanging in the window.
GTD, I've been like,
golly, that's running out.
That thought has been in my
Hey,
mind.
you think I can turn that deflag up a little bit?
I think you let it run. Let's see what the proof of the next jar is.
Has anyone seen Duke yet? Still no sign of Duke?
Still a no-show in
No
the
Duke
chat.
tonight. We even had a special little thing for him.
Darius Slag says, hi, Cyrus. Well, hello, Darius. Good to see you in the chat, brother. And JJB says, wait, Arkansas country boys throwing fun at what others eat?
Touche.
It's kind of fair.
I mean,
Hey, that's fair.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Well, and GTD, you can say that stuff without us getting in trouble, but I feel like if I said it or we said it,
Well, you think we're wild? Go down to Louisiana for a week. Go 3 hours that way and see what they're eating on.
Can you scroll
Ever had Nutri-Rat?
scroll back through the chat and see what Bill Aaron asked a question
Yeah.
about reruns?
Yep.
We missed it. And
yes, Bill Irwin says, I ran a batch of corn that didn't taste as well as it should. What's the best way to rerun it to improve the flavor?
so just hold on to all that distillate that you ran that you're not real happy with. You can you can toss it all in a feints jug and run it like we're running, turn it in neutral spirit. If you want it to be more like corn liquor, then just toss it in your next corn liquor run. And do like a 1.5 run on your next corn liquor run.
Mm-hmm.
You could also try like setting aside, I don't know how much of it you ended with, but set aside like a quart and try aging it with some oak. It could change the flavor to a point where you liked it.
Jar.
Good Lord.
Yeah, this is better. Run this out a little quicker. We're way behind.
Pretty good now. All right. And for how fast we're running it, I don't mind it. I'd sacrifice 4 or 5 proof to run 3 times the speed.
Yeah, for sure. And when you're talking about this high of proof,
Does it matter? Yeah, Beerius says, I want to get one of those parrots for my still so that I can watch the proofing all the way through the run. Yeah, I like the parrots. I think they're kind of a novelty because I would still need to proof the jars, right? Because, you know, when they're coming off there, I mean, I guess you could see what the beginning proof was and what the ending proof was. And if it's, you know, a point or two difference over the course of your jar, I guess you could just write that on there instead of having to pour into a test jar. But
yeah, and especially on a spirit run, or I mean, on a stripping run, like
yeah,
you're just rolling through the
Doesn't
run as
matter.
fast as you can anyway. But I've heard people complain about parrots because of smearing, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me, although it does make a little bit. So
I think they
with a
settle in the
parrot-
column.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you could be getting, and I don't know how it would work. Maybe Adam knows. So take a cylinder of different proofs alcohol. Will they separate themselves or will they homogify? I don't know if that's a word.
Well, it depends on how long they would sit there. Over
So
time,
it
they
would be
would separate.
a continuous run. Picture what's dripping off of that, running into a smaller tube, into a tall cylinder, and then out the top, or runs into a tall cylinder at the bottom, floats up to the top, and then runs out.
But it's constantly running.
Yeah, and you just have
At that speed, there's
Yeah.
always that.
so you
I
have
don't see.
you have this sitting in there. There's
Yeah.
distillate running in at the bottom,
Yep.
and it overflows the top. So you always have a
That's how you
Hydrometer
proof
reading.
it. That doesn't make any sense. How would it smear? How would it stick around?
I mean, I don't know for sure.
I
But
don't see how
in
it
my
would.
mind, you're going to you smear in your jar anyway.
It's no different than what you're doing there.
I think so.
Yeah.
That's the argument I've heard, though.
I've never laid eyes on one of these. That's a pretty cool looking contraption.
yeah,
The
yeah,
parrot.
yeah. Look, copper parrot.
Yeah.
Jay said,
There you go.
Northwest Louisiana checking in here, and we do not eat that.
Talk about the nutrient.
We do not eat that.
Paul says, Cyrus, thanks for the malt whiskey video. Another thing on the list. Yeah, and I've got it aging. I can pull it over here so you guys can see. I think did I finish that video day before yesterday, I guess it was? Yeah, day before yesterday.
I thought before. Well, I don't know.
Because
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
yeah, so this is what it's done so far.
Already getting some color.
Yeah. So I'm going to give this like 6 weeks before I even taste it.
Oh, I did want to admit, I think a slight mistake on my end. So when I had the wood staves on the bourbon and the apple brandy, and they were like 118 and 123 proof. I pulled them off when I was like perfectly happy with them. And I think I should have let them go a week longer because I forgot I was going to proof them down to like 93. I ended up proofing like all of them to 93 proof. And I feel like it took a little bit away from them, but they're still very, very good. But I'm just going to keep that in mind for next time. If I'm going to proof down after, like, I should consider that when I'm tasting.
Yeah. You're good because you're going to dilute it.
Got to dilute the flavor down a little bit. So, lesson learned for me this last week.
What was the proof on that last jar?
Yeah, 185.
Pure poison.
Spirit is a smear machine.
Yeah, I'd like to experiment with that. I'd like to see,
Yeah. I guess it wouldn't be hard to actually do a side-by-side. Or would it?
Well, could you just do a two-way, like fork?
Yeah. Yeah, you could. That'd be an a fun little experiment.
We should do that.
That would mean nothing at the end, probably.
Well,
but I don't think you're going to notice much difference.
Wait, what are you talking about doing?
So he's talking about where the distillate comes out, tee off, and have two spouts for the distillate. On one side, you have a parrot. On one side, you have a jar. Fill a jar with the parrot, and you fill a jar, and then you test them.
I just thought of something,
Did you
though.
smear anything?
Because doesn't that have to rise up a column and drop
It
back?
has to rise up the column and drop out.
Least resistance would be to backflow out of the fork. We would have to play around with the...
It just
the
drops
position.
down. It just drops down into like, imagine that test jar. It's just
It's catching it.
the liquor. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that makes more sense.
If you look at those parrots again, you'll see
It'll
there's
have
like a funnel at the top.
Yes. Okay, that makes more sense.
Oh yeah, Burius. If you're running a 5-gallon Olympic, like, I wouldn't bother with a parrot. They do look cool though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, thank you, Richard. Richard came by and tried some samples.
Bullet head again.
Always. Bullethead's
Trying to
always
get everybody
on
to
top
that.
of the chat.
Hit the like button. Come on now, it's free. Yeah. Thank you, brother.
Gosh. Yeah, stuff is pouring out of here now.
We're running this run pretty quick.
It's like a stripping run almost. We're not even to the halfway point yet. We're 6 yards in. You want me to slow it down a little?
Where's 546?
What do you think? I mean, we put 3 gallons of feints in there, and it was about 100 proof. So you're talking about 1.5 gallons of 200. Oh yeah, we've only got best case scenario like what four after this jar, four more jars probably.
Depending on how deep we want to run.
That's true.
Yeah, because there's
We'll put these because we've ran these. This is a second run.
it was 4 gallons of 100 proof, so there's 2 gallons of liquor, right?
Oh, it's 3 gallons, right?
3 gallons of 100 proof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's 1.5 gallons.
There's 1.5 gallons in the still, depending on how far we run down. Yeah, you can slow it down. Just a touch. Don't get that thing to stop.
Also, our water reservoir is warming up pretty good on us.
Oh. Village.
Your
I
moat
forgot to do the bubbles the last couple. There we go. One more jar down. That's jar number 6. You know who I haven't seen in here?
Iron Duke.
Yeah, Iron
Besides
Duke.
Iron Duke.
Who?
Rick.
Oh, Rick was in here.
Collector Rick?
Oh, was he?
Yeah,
he
he
was.
was in here.
Oh, okay.
Saw him earlier.
Give that jar a real shake, Wimpy. Wimpy? How do you pronounce that? Winpy?
Winpy.
Winpie?
Winpie.
Winpy.
Give that jar a real shake, Winpie.
What is a wind pie?
I don't know.
Pie in the wind.
It's my new nickname.
You know that Jerry's Tom's son?
Jerry's Tom.
Jerry Crumb is Tom Crumb's son, I think.
For real?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's said that
Said
earlier.
that. I mean, who knows?
Jerry is the internet.
Right?
I used to go on the internet all the time and just impersonate police officers. It's really easy to do. You can just do it anytime you want.
I mean, it's possible. I've heard Tom has children all over the country. I don't.
How many siblings you got, Jerry?
Because I'm a loser, baby. There's Rick. You are now known as Windpie.
Who's Windpie?
She made a typo. She was calling me Wimpy when I was shaking the jar.
Windsong?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And she just typoed. She was making fun of me, so I had to make a little fun of
Winpie.
that.
Now I'm thirsty. Take what you still gave you.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I like it.
don't know if you know this or not, but I got the thing opened all the way up, and I can't. We're just gonna get what we get.
I mean, turn down the heat if we really wanted to slow it down. But I'm okay with just getting what we get. I dipped my finger in the last jar. It's still tasting fine.
I mean, it hadn't.
It tastes exactly what you would expect from anything over 170.
We dropped down out of the 180s probably after this next jar. I'll just turn it down a little bit. Try to squeeze a little bit more out of that last jar, maybe.
Charlene is in the house. Good to see you.
Where's the whiskey? Big McClintock. Good party, but no whiskey. We leave now. Big McClintock. Long time we no get drunk together. Anybody like old westerns? I got several of them stuck in our DVD player when I was a young man, and so there are a few that you could throw out there that I know about every word to.
You just watch the same thing over and over because you couldn't get the.
We didn't have cable. I was living with my dad. My mom and my dad divorced. I'm living with my dad. Real bachelor pad. We have no cable. We have a DVD player and all the westerns you can imagine, and also all the episodes of Hee Haw that were ever created. Every now and then, our jankety DVD player would just get stuck.
Yeah.
You couldn't. I'm telling you, you couldn't pry it open. You couldn't. There, you just were. Had to wait for nature to run its course, and eventually it'd give you back the DVD you had in there.
Yeah.
And the next one you put in there, you had to reconcile with the fact that you may not get it out for some time.
Right.
And so
You had to make sure what you wanted to watch was really what you wanted to watch.
I was a big fan of the Hee Haw discs because there was like several episodes on one disc of the Hee Haw specials. Yeah. And but yeah, one time McClintock got stuck in there for a long time. I'd call Dad, "What are you doing? Watching TV?" McClintock, what part are you in?
Right.
GTD with the gifts again. Thank you, brother.
Awesome. Thank you, brother.
Those memberships are awesome. Yeah.
I'm a paradoxical anomaly. Got a gift. Hadn't seen him in the chat.
Yeah. Last week.
What?
Last week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because I remember the name, and I remember thinking, oh, that's kind of
That's
a cool name. Mike. You guys sipping the wrong sauce could get interesting. And it does.
Well, I say we go ahead and do a intermission.
Take a quick break.
Take a little potty break. Come back.
All right. Here's what we're going to do, folks. We're going to take a few minutes. We're going to refresh our beers. We're going to use the bathroom. What the bladders? Like they shrink over time. So you guys should do the same. Grab a beer, grab a bathroom break, hang tight. If you didn't get to see the beginning of the show, we're going to show you what went into the pot before the show started. You'll get a chance to watch that video. So hang tight, give that a watch, and we'll be right back with you.
Going to make another feints run tonight?
Yeah.
Got 3 gallons?
Pitch them out. Get rid of them. Throw them away. They're going to make you go blind.
Yeah. Nah. Nah.
Yeah, right.
So we're going to dump this in the bucket.
Damn. I'm it on there.
Check the proof.
Why are we going to do that?
We're going to make sure it's below 80 proof.
Why are we going to do that?
Because we don't want to blow up.
We want to live.
We like life.
I want to continue living.
Yeah. We don't have an insurance policy on this building. It would be a problem.
It'd be a real cool fireball, though.
It would be a cool fireball. I mean, even cooler, we might even catch it on camera. I mean, that'd be something.
You know, I thought about it.
Title of the video would be Famous Last Words. Would be fine.
God dang, dude. Dad? Come on, man.
Well, if you can't get it, I can't get it.
The old hit it on a table just loosens right up trick. Get them every time.
So this is a combination of all kinds of runs. We didn't even keep track. So there's some corn liquor in there, I know. There's some brandy in there, I know.
Grape brandy, apple brandy, corn liquor.
Yeah.
Probably some vodka.
Some malt whiskey.
Malt whiskey.
Yeah. So we're just going to run this on the Mile High 8 gallon. We're going to use the 3-inch copper torpedo. And, you know, we're going to make some high-proof neutral spirit. Last time we did this, the final product came out around 183 or 87, something like that.
Yeah, I think the highest, I think it was like 189. May have kissed 190 at one point.
Yeah.
You know, I can't remember. But, yeah, so I guess we're just shooting for the highest proof neutral spirit we can make.
Yeah.
Pack the column out, run the D flag.
Pack the D flag.
See what happens.
Right on. And I think that covers it. That's what we got going on tonight.
The Great Grain Giveaway.
Hell yeah.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah. Some lucky customer is getting free grain for a year.
Spin that wheel, let the painted ponies fly.
Yeah. 1 box of grain every month for a year. Grain of your choice.
Could be corn, could be kits, could
Whatever.
be all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. How many entries did we end up with? 100 plus.
123, I think, was the exact final count on that.
Yeah. So your odds are pretty good.
Most people had more than 1 entry, too. So it's like,
Yeah.
you know, if you only had 2 entries, it's like, what, 1 in 60? Like, pretty good shot of winning.
Not bad. Not bad at all. So at 100, so we need to add, you know, maybe just another half gallon of water, and that'll put it below 80. We'll
Half-ish
double check
gallon.
it.
Yeah.
Put it in there, put the column together, get it rolling, and yeah, that's what we got going on. That's it.
I'm excited about it. Probably going to be drinking some things, trying some things. May come back, may circle to, ooh, I could just lock it in right now. Promise the people we're going to come back and try the candy cane Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can certainly do that.
Circle back to that, see what that's like.
Yeah. Doesn't hurt a thing.
Thanks for being here, guys. And we're back. We hope you refilled your beverage, took a bathroom break, did whatever you needed to do. Maybe you got into a heated argument with your significant other, and you're back with us. We're glad, whatever the situation was.
Yep.
Yep.
We're very happy about it.
Yeah, we're stoked, dude. Yeah, I got some people in there explaining the giveaway and how people entered. If you missed this one, don't worry about it. There's going to be a huge one in May. We took the month of April off to allow people to run what they bought and restock. And so in May, we've got one we're super excited. We'll be announcing probably, I don't know, later on this month, prior to May, and pretty stoked about it.
I was about to take a drink of that right there.
Do it.
All right. So this was the one that came off during the break.
Let me see that jar. I'm gonna proof this thing real quick right here for you.
All right.
Ooh. 180. 180. Ooh.
Jack's got his in at 180.
That's my guess.
Do a little jar shake.
Draws all the moisture out of your mouth.
Got to give this jar a real shake for Windsong's.
Not a windpipe shake.
Not a windpipe shake.
Damn. Damn. Eating that thing like it owes you rent money.
Jar number 7.
What are we gonna do with this? Set it aside for some post flavoring activities.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll set it aside with our other. Maybe just combine them.
Yeah, we've talked about doing like a cooking episode where it's just like maybe we make 3 or 4 different.
Yeah, what do you guys think in the chat about us doing an entire live of nothing but post-flavored stuff? Just make a few recipes of post-flavored stuff for the whole live.
I'll end up in trouble on that one because and sometimes when they're just hitting real good, the Winsong recipes are just right there in front of you for the taking.
Mm-hmm.
I can imbibe in those.
Right.
Oh man.
And it's always a fun episode too to let Winsong in the chat just tell us everything we're screwing up while we're doing.
I don't mind it. I'll take it.
So Slack asks, does your feints jar contain mostly tails from other runs or heads too? Will it ever have 4 shots? So every jar you ever collect will have what you're calling 4 shots. And I assume you're just talking about methanol. Methanol is smeared across the entire run, on every run. It is more concentrated in the heads if you're running a column still. It is more concentrated in the tails by percentage if you're running a pot still. But it is smeared across the entire run. And on a feints run, you still have to make your cuts just like you would any other run. It's going to have heads. It's going to have tails. So I hope that answers your question.
Seems like overwhelmingly people are kind of on board for the post flavor live.
Yeah. Clinton says, still in the clear, you can run a poll if you want to ask that to the chat. Easier. Okay.
Flatland says bring Winsong in for a flavor episode.
You might be willing to do that.
What was the question?
Do a chat on if you would like to see us do an episode with nothing but post-flavored concoctions or recipes.
Stack that against the hamster pachuga. It'd be close.
Darlene says, there sure is a lot of green in here. That is awesome. Yeah, it is awesome. Absolutely. I agree with you. Lots of channel members.
Winsong said, I can't believe Zach actually said something nice about me. Winsong, what? You're my dog. What do you, come on, man.
Poll is up.
There sure is a lot of green in here. What does she mean by that?
The channel members are.
Oh, I forget their chat looks different than what we see on the screen. Okay. Dude, that would be awesome to have Winsong in here on an episode.
Mm-hmm.
Jar.
If we could get her in front of the camera for a live, I don't know how willing she'd be.
Would be sick. So, and that one.
What, my jar scared you, whiskey?
Still hanging in there.
Yeah. I'm not gonna. I don't see any reason to do anything. I'm gonna turn the flame down and try to really compress this. What I would think would be close to our last jar. This is kind of crazy though. This makes a gallon right here, and it's. I'm not doing nothing to it.
Well, this will surprise you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so at some point, this is just going to drop off the cliff.
Gonna fall off the face of the earth. It has to. I mean, this is 1 gallon. A lot of these jars are overfilled. This is 1 gallon of I don't know. I put a quick average together of 187. Be conservative.
Mm-hmm.
Several at 189, 189, 188, 5. Yeah, probably 185 average. Good, Winsong.
Dang, 25 votes on the poll already.
Nice.
96% say yes.
That's how it seems.
Well, that sounds like a thing we'll do.
And then we can do a members only poll on the recipes.
For which recipes we'll do? That's an excellent
We
idea.
could throw like 10 recipes out there. Already got some.
Pick like 5 or 6.
I think we have.
That would be pretty.
I think
steady.
there's an obligatory apple pie.
Yeah.
But like, I don't
Yeah.
know. Then there's butter pecan, cherry amaretto. There's
So many good ones.
Dude, I'm trying to think of my favorite ones. Peaches and cream was really good. The caramel apple would definitely be up there for me. I've purposely not been drinking the rest of the half gallon that I have at the house.
I still haven't drank mine. I just take a tiny little sip off of it every once in a while.
I just shake it up real good every once in a while and take a little sip off of it.
Yep. That's so
Watermelon
good.
too,
Watermelon is good.
I gave it to our buddies that came in from Jersey, and I thought I started a full-blown addiction. I was like, you should have had this when it was like still warm out of the pan. Like it's still really good, right? And they were like ranting and raving about it.
Yeah.
But I was like, this fresh off the teat is like,
it was different when it was warm.
I wanted to chug it, dude. I wanted to take a bath in it. I wanted to fill a swimming pool with it and dive around in there and just, you know what I mean?
I agree, 100%. It's the best thing I've ever had.
Put it in an IV bag. I want to do it intravenously.
The Duke showed up.
The dude.
Oh, we've got something special
Says,
for
oh
you,
my God,
dude.
I'm watching Starsky and Hutch. That's funny. Yeah, Kevin says the
Who's
beef
Starsky?
cobbler
Who's
is the
that?
bomb.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good flavors. Man, ever since I saw that TikTok of that World War II vet, I think it's like son-in-law makes shine, and they give him that bottle, they give him that jar of shine, and it's got the cherries in it,
Yeah,
and he's just like,
right.
goes back for another one. That's just making me want some cherry pie or something.
Yeah, I think I will definitely put a members only chat or poll, maybe Monday, between now and Monday,
Yeah,
on what recipes we're going to do.
yeah.
Yeah,
Are we wanting to do that for this coming Thursday, or maybe
No,
the
I'll
Thursday
do-
after?
that's going to take quite a bit of prep. So maybe
That's true.
Thursday after next.
That's true. Cluster chatter.
Oh,
I think Mr. Lopez said he has a question. Go ahead, brother.
What's your question?
Ask away. How many cans of peaches apricots would I need to make a 5-gallon batch of mash? Think about it in terms of weight, and then specifically for peaches and apricots, I think that the metric for that is about 4 to 6 pounds per gallon. I have to go back and look specifically. You can consult the internet, but probably 4 to 6 pounds of peaches to apricots pitted per gallon, and then you're gonna have like maybe 1.5 pounds of sugar per gallon, 1.25 pounds maybe. I think that's essentially what you're doing is making a peach or an apricot wine. And so, well, here, actually, I'll just tell you.
He's going to go grab the book.
The beautiful Miss Jo Park sent me this book, and I couldn't tell you how much I've been using it, so much so that we've actually got some on our next order that we're gonna sell here in the store. They're so helpful. What do you say? Apricots and peaches.
Mm-hmm.
So for peaches, let's see how close I am to that 4 to 6 pounds. Go 4 to 6 pounds of peaches, 1 pound of white granulated sugar. That's going to give you a starting gravity of 1085, so pretty good one. So 1.25 pounds, 1.5 pounds might be a little too much. So I go 4 to 6 pounds of peaches and 1 pound of sugar. I like to land normally on the lower side of the fruit to the middle part of the fruit, and then 1 pound and maybe bump 1.25 pounds with the sugar, depending on how many pounds of peaches you use. And then for the apricot, I think it's basically the same. 4 to 6 pounds.
He's using canned peaches and apricots, so he's going to have some syrup. Well, I assume it's in syrup.
Yeah, you'd probably want to take a gravity after you blend or mash your canned peaches or apricot and get a specific gravity, because the syrup does have a decent amount of sugar in it. So you may have to bump with less. You'll still have to bump with a little bit, but definitely not as much as if you were just using raw peaches or raw apricots. Hope that helps, brother. Shout out to Mary's Wine Recipes.
Yeah, for sure. It's been real handy to have. It's been real handy to have on the counter for when the customers come in.
Yeah. Well, and to be fair, a lot of the recipes call for things like tannin and acid blend that I don't typically use, that I probably believe would give you a better end result product. That maybe there's just some things I need to branch out there and start using that I haven't been, and just see, okay, how big of a difference does this make?
Right.
I'm pretty happy with the blackberry and strawberry recipes that I've done multiple of, but I would definitely be game to just kind of follow one of these.
Branch out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Robert Sebastian says, I've tried your watermelon recipe on Still in the Clear, and it was awesome.
Heck yeah.
And that was another Windsong recipe.
Olympic Dave, we don't sell it yet, but we are going to put it on the website, and we will be selling it in the store. I think it'd be perfect for Still in the Clear too. I mean,
Sure.
it's people run a lot of brandy, so. What? Poison? Did you send us something? Heck yeah.
Nice.
He's he tags me in a lot of his TikToks. He makes some really good looking wine. It looks great in his carboys.
Yeah.
You know, some wines can get kind of that just off or weird color, or
Sure.
there's always a very vibrant pastel color. All this stuff looks good.
Richard has a chart for fruits that Santa shared per gallon.
Yeah, I have one of those at the house too. I printed off, or actually, a buddy of mine, Mike, that makes a lot of different wines, specifically grape wines, but he shared one with me that's pretty consistent.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty accurate.
Yeah. Clinton says pectic enzyme is your friend. For sure.
Always with fruit. Always with fruit. I don't have any recipe that I make that doesn't have peptic enzyme.
Yeah.
Peptic enzyme, yeast nutrient, and EC1118 is the 3 front ends on all my wines.
Yeah, even when we're doing a mountain brandy and there's not a lot of fruit because there's also grain, still use pectic enzyme.
Is Duke still in here? Duke, get in the chat if you're still in here. I got a little something for you, buddy.
There's Windsong just dropped the Moonshine for Beginners link because they've kind of been talking about MFB a little bit, which is the Moonshine for Beginners group on MeWe.com. If you are interested in learning more about making moonshine, that is the place to go.
You want one? Cyrus? You want one?
One what?
A Duke beer.
I'll have half of one.
Okay.
Duke just chimed in, said, yep, he's still here.
Duke, thought about you this week, brother. I've got a little something for you. I want to make you happy. I want to let you know I care.
Still likes the 71B for wines, meads, really good flavors from it. Yeah, I can attest that a lot of the people that come into the shop and they're doing meads, they also like the 71B.
Hey, Windsong, the more the merrier. Thank you for sharing it. That's awesome. Thank you.
What do we have here, Duke?
He said, OMG.
This is for the Duke.
Is it warm? Or we're drinking it cold.
Oh, they're cold. I'm not.
We're
I can
probably
only
not going to
appease
get
them so
any
much.
credit.
I'm not drinking a warm Guinness. I'm not an animal.
Yeah, I bet the flavor would be good, though.
I don't even think that they serve them.
Yeah.
Now, Duke, we're gonna do what we're supposed to do. Okay,
Bill?
fair enough.
Exactly what we're supposed to do.
We're gonna let them set. We're gonna let them rest for like whatever it is, like 2 minutes. Which is that's another complaint I have with these. Is you gotta like sit there and look at them for a couple minutes before you can even drink them.
Well, you get more excited about it. Was it like a airing it out, aromaticity thing? Let it breathe.
It's you gotta wait for these bubbles to.
I do think the whole ritual surrounding Guinness is pretty interesting. There's a lot of, like pouring competitions or something, like
Competition.
I don't know
if it's a competition, but people really pride themselves on like how they do it,
Oh, yeah.
They even have like a machine. I think Guinness maybe even makes it. It like pours the perfect pour every time.
Right, okay.
I did see like an automated robot
yes.
that was doing that.
Yes. A jar.
Love that we can always count on the chat. We haven't had an overflow jar since we got the jar.
The jar cam has saved countless ounces of.
The only time we've overflowed in recent memory was when we were like pre-show. Like we were like talking or whatever, we overflowed a little bit. Or no, when we were watching the game, I think we had some overflow a week or two ago.
Perfect pours on the last two. I learned my lesson on that. So there you go, dude. This bud's for you.
Oh, I don't think I told everybody what the last jar was. The last jar was 188.
How long are we supposed to look at these, Duke, before we drink them? I forgot what the actual time frame for that was. Feels like they're ready now.
How long do you consider drinking them before you get to drink
Or
them?
American-
Actually, you're going to want to wait until they're room temperature.
To our American sensibilities, it does feel right now to drink.
Golly. We still up there?
Yeah.
This is crazy. This is actually not really. I'm trying to figure out how this is even happening because we're at. Oh, we said gallon and a half.
Is that what we said?
Yeah, so we've got 3 more jars potentially of if we've done everything perfectly before we crash, I guess.
We're on jar number 9.
There should be 33. Okay. Jeez. Perfect? Are we perfect shiners?
Are we master shiners?
Dude, did you ever hop in and tell us?
I didn't see it.
All right.
I don't think we can drink them yet.
Not allowed?
I'm waiting on dudes. I'm waiting on the expert. I don't want what I don't want to happen.
Just intentionally not answering.
What I don't want to happen is for me to go through all the effort to go find these Guinnesses and buy them and put them in the fridge and get them ready. And then he's like, "You had them too soon. You had another 45."
You waited too long.
It could go the other way though. I guess I didn't think about that.
Duke says drink it. All right, there we go. The head on that thing.
Yeah,
Jesus. So people not have mustaches over there? Is that how they drink it? They just shave their mustache?
That's the flavor saver.
Gotcha.
You take that with you on the road.
Give me that towel.
Okay.
You get in the
Thank
lorry
you.
or whatever it is. I think cab lorry.
What is a lorry?
Is a lorry a truck, Duke?
We lost our check.
Maybe it's a
brother.
cab.
Yeah, it's either a cab or a truck. They've got a word for truck too, though.
Did we just become best friends?
Yeah, lorry is a truck.
Drink that beer and spin the wheel. Scott, I think here's what we do. I don't know. Let's just talk this out. All right. Close to 6:30 now. I said we take our 7 o'clock intermission. Then when we come back, we spin the wheel.
Sounds good to me.
I like it.
I'm in.
I like it a lot.
Kind of like the head, man. I mean, honestly, I'm bitching about it being in my mustache, but like it's still on the side of the glass.
Dude, did we tariff you guys? Did we tariff them? I don't think we tariffed y'all yet. It may be coming.
Could
Might
happen.
be in the pipeline.
Could happen.
Drinking.
Well, we're doing reciprocal tariffs. So, like, if the UK is tariffing us for anything, then we're just going to do the same thing.
So are we only tariffing people who are tariffing us?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, that seems just the fair.
Yeah, from what I understand, we've been like everyone else tariffs us, and we're just not tariffing them back until now.
Oh, is this true?
I mean,
They call it
Why are you
trade
guys giving a
deficit,
shit
right?
about tariffing other people
that
then?
might be an oversimplification, but
Likely.
that's how I'm condensing it in my mind.
We're the best. No.
They,
If that's true, someone just got a membership, I think.
it was our New Zealanders.
Mean Diller. Hey, I gotta send that out to you tomorrow. I'm gonna send that out tomorrow. I said this morning that, hey, I need to send this out to him. And then we packed all these other orders and I kind of forgot about it.
We packed literally like 45 orders.
I'll post a Mean Diller. If you have TikTok, follow me on TikTok. My name is ABV Guy. I'm going to make a TikTok exclusively for this exact situation. One, just saying like how sometimes I have these great ideas. And I'm like, hey, we'll do this.
Yeah.
And then someone from New Zealand wins a giveaway, and I spend like $143 on shipping. I'm cool with it. I'm in bed with it. I'm fine with it.
Right.
I like it, but I will make a TikTok, and I guess you could see ahead of time what I pack for you, because I may just pack your box and talk about how much the shipping is, and then mail it. But yes, I don't know. That could be cool for you.
Doesn't have TikTok though.
I have a TikTok. Well, I'm going to need you to download that. Okay. Create an account.
Mr. Lopez, it's too late to enter for this one, but you should stay tuned though, because I think they're planning on doing another one this quarter. And I'm hearing that it will be even bigger.
Also, you don't have to download TikTok. I'll put it on the Homebrew Center YouTube. I don't know if you follow that one. That's another channel that we have that I kind of taken over and not done the best job with. I post a decent amount of shorts. My long video editing is.
You're doing great, brother. No worries.
I gotta get better at it.
What's the ABV on a Guinness?
I'm a Paradoxal jumped in, said thanks for the membership.
1.1.
That was
light beer.
It does seem light.
Those are light beer stats.
That was Garbage Throne Daddy that gifted you that membership, Paradoxal Anomaly. Byland says TikTok's leaving Saturday anyway. I wouldn't count on it.
Why haven't I not seen all the hype about this?
I haven't heard of that.
I'm seeing people
not gonna
comment it, but I feel like it was like last time. It was like World War III. Everybody was like,
See
we're
you
going to
later.
overthrow the government unless we did something about
Better
this.
keep TikTok, yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to riot in the street.
Everyone was posting about it. People were clinging to their keyboards like, I'm on my watch, dude.
Yeah.
I will not vote for you anymore if you do this.
Motor City Hellbilly says, what's going on out here? We are running the still in the background. We're drinking some Guinness. We're about to give away free grain for a year coming up after this intermission.
Mm-hmm. Motor City Hellbilly. Have we seen that one before?
I don't recall it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
People in the chat appear to know them. Clinton does. Maybe a MeWe person, a different handle.
Could be.
GTD, we appreciate it, brother. Memberships are kind of what makes the wheel go round here and buys propane and helps pay for the Atom and mashes and show beers and all kinds of stuff. So we appreciate it, brother.
The Duke says he's going to win the free grain.
What if he did have some proxy, like a proxy entry?
An anonymous name he ordered something under?
Like,
shipped it to
surprise, I'm Ned Schneebly.
Shipped it to his buddy here in the U.S. We are running a feints run right now.
On the Mile High.
We're 9 jars in with an average of about... Do what?
The column came from Mile High, didn't it?
Yeah. That's a full Mile High setup right there. We're 9 jars in with an average proof of about 185-ish.
186 maybe. There's a bunch of 188s and 189s.
Yeah, 186. We'll go with 186. So yeah, that's what we're running. We're just making some neutral spirit out of all that stuff that most people toss out.
Yeah. I'm very impressed by this run, I will have to say, all joking aside.
Yeah,
We
doing
are
well.
over a gallon in, just holding a really high proof neutral.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Now, is technically the definition of a neutral anything over 190?
I believe that's correct. I never can remember if it's 185 or 190. But yeah, that's technically
Someone
it.
in the chat let us know.
For me, anything over like 165 is neutral.
Yeah, it's what is the difference? It is like I can't tell the difference. If you get about
difference is
165,
math.
I
That's
cannot
it.
tell.
The difference is only math.
20 proof, give or take. Like I can't tell once you get that high. It all tastes the same to me. Now I will say these jars. I had a sip of. I think it was a 184 on jar number 7, and it drew the moisture out of my mouth. So I know it real close to 190, 195 when I can't keep water in my mouth.
Whiskey Rebel, the last jar was 188. Last 2 jars were 188. Garbage Throne Daddy says, I've said it before, this community has been a blessing to me. That is awesome. I love hearing that.
Well, it's reciprocal, man. I mean, we appreciate all you guys. I mean, of course, we see many of you week after week. And I mean, we both talk about when we're not on camera, looking forward to hanging out with everybody. So, I mean, that's a two-way street, brother.
The Duke says neutral is anything without taste.
I don't think that's the. I don't think that's
not the technical.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you could also say
odorless and tasteless is a thing, but
it is part of it. Yeah.
I think it's got to meet a proof threshold, and I'm pretty sure it's 185 now that I'm thinking more about it. I think it's above 185 is technical.
Olympic Dave says, I love this community. So happy I joined. Yeah, that's awesome.
Dude, I'm about to.
There's so many. I mean, this community is really. What I like about it is it's very welcoming. It's very friendly. So little drama compared to somewhere like Facebook or, like it's really because of the people that are in the community. I could take full credit, I guess.
Yeah, you could.
I could,
You
but
could.
it would
Kind
be
of
inaccurate.
I mean-
It would be fully inaccurate.
There's a lot of really good moderators. There's a lot of really good admins.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
But also, I mean, it is one of those hobbies where you should be a pretty like down to earth, like kind of easygoing person. I mean, this is at the end of the day after everything is said. This is just a hobby where we're making some alcohol and hanging out, talking about making alcohol.
That is true.
Yeah,
but there are places on the
There
internet
for
where
sure
you can
are.
go
There for
and be
sure.
like, who are these people?
It is different. Yeah.
Yeah, Duke. Where else can you watch Starsky and Hutch drinking Guinness and talking
Why
rubbish?
are we Starsky and Hutch this week? And also, I think I'm Starsky. I think he called me Starsky earlier.
You're Starsky, yeah.
I can't remember which is.
Jar.
Starsky is the darker-headed gentleman, I believe.
Is it? Ooh, yeah, that's another thing, Dave. Like most shiners, they don't know anyone around them who are shining. And so to have a
That's
community
true.
like this where you can hang out with everyone else that's doing the thing you're doing is really awesome.
I mean, maybe it's because I can only taste alcohol, but I'm not getting any kind of like off.
Nothing yet?
Starsky is the dark-headed one.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. I've been called worse. You, by the way. I'll take it.
I mean, he was cool.
Cool car.
They were cool. I'm gonna take it as a dig.
The Gran Torino.
I thought it was maybe like a Nova or something.
No.
Chevelle?
It's Gran
It
Torino.
was a Gran Torino for sure.
I think it was.
Pull it up.
Okay.
I don't think it. I think it.
Pull it up.
I think it was a Nova.
Yeah, and what's also true, Dave, is
Camaro?
people who are not into making moonshine
Damn.
do not want to sit around talking about moonshine with you and how you made it and why you did this and why you did that
just
and
don't
what your
care.
setup is and
Yeah,
all
yeah,
that. Like nobody else wants to talk
Well,
about that.
I will say a lot of the people that come over to the house and hang out with my wife and I and drink some of the stuff that we make here, they're super curious about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a foreign world, and there's a lot of questions, and I try to answer it's weird. It's like you're explaining a combustion engine to like a pygmy in New Guinea.
Yeah.
There's so you can't. It just doesn't. You can't jive.
I run
mean,
into
you're not-
this whenever I talk about being involved in this,
Yeah.
like at school or whatever. They're
Yeah.
like, you guys do that? Like, you can do that?
Isn't that illegal?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that a lot too.
Yeah, I get that a lot. But it is fun to talk like with my chemistry professor about things, and she has some history with it too. So
That's neat. To bring her on for an
I
episode.
know, yeah. She didn't. She said she didn't ever do any of like this stuff. She only ever did beer. So
Wow. So cool though.
Yeah.
This is what I think of for doing on Thursday evening. Oh yeah. I like Guinness also. I had to watch a lot of videos from Still Nuclear for refresher training. I learned a lot from you all. Thanks. Absolutely, brother.
Awesome.
He doesn't really toot his own horn ever, really, but like I hear from people all the time that know me from him that they'll just like kind of openly remark that he's the guy that brings so many beginners into the fold and give them their start. So yeah, pretty cool.
I think there's nothing really special about that except that like I built the channel specifically for beginners.
I think you got a belly full of humble pie is what I think you got. I mean, you never give yourself the credit, or we don't really talk about it a whole lot. But like the amount of times I get approached online about like, oh, dude, Still in the Clear. Like I made my first run from a Still in the Clear kid. I made, dude, I see it all the time.
That's awesome.
It's always in my comments.
I do love hearing it.
I want to nerd out, dude. Olympic Dave, same.
Yeah,
I like getting in the weed. I like getting into like a real weedy subject.
Yeah,
that's like kind of like upper level type talk, but it's like there's kind of layers to it.
Yeah,
I like getting in the weeds.
I don't nerd out. Well, I'll put it like this: there are people that come into the shop that nerd out so much harder than me, and it's like, damn, bro.
It's cool to see one of those guys every once in a while.
Yeah,
because you'll start thinking for a while, like, oh, like I'm super into this, and then a guy that's like super into it, gets in here and he's talking about inoculating yeast, and like,
and you're like, oh, I don't know shit.
Yeah, it's wild, dude. It's crazy.
Wait, you say you're holding temperatures for the purpose of pH? What?
Jack, have there been any updates on the federal court case? Not that I'm aware of. I haven't seen any rebuttal. As far as I know, the appeal window for the government is closed. I don't think that there's been any more developments. I'm not aware of any other foreign jurisdictions having cases that are going through their systems and having the chance to rebut or refute any of the prior findings. Not aware of any of that. That said, I need to take 2 hours at some point when I get it and just really look into everything and look at all the filings and look at adjacent jurisdictions and see what's going on. So I'll get back to you on that. I'll try to make that a task for, I don't know. I don't even want to. I'll look into it at some point.
Yeah. Worth it.
Yeah.
Rick says he's got free seeds. That's awesome.
Mr. Lopez was talking about getting into a different kind of weeds.
Yeah. Yeah. We actually used to sell that here in this shop for a while.
Yeah. Grow supplies.
Hydroponic stuff. And it's pretty wild. People coming in here and.
I bet, dude. I can imagine. Because they still come in sometimes. And I'm always like, ooh.
Yeah. It's why you
guys are neat.
Yeah.
you guys are different.
When we took over the business, I got rid of all that because I have no answers for people when they come in.
I remember when you had first started and the supplies were still in here.
Yeah.
I came in one week and you were like, I'm about to get rid of all these.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like all this stuff's on sale.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And I, like 2 weeks later, it was all gone.
Yeah.
But we've talked about that too. Like, I can't tell anyone how to grow that stuff. I don't know anything about it. I can't help you with it. Right. I'm not I mean, how the heck would I be able to sell it or help anyone?
Exactly.
Yeah. The hobby has made me nerd out more than any other. 12:40 a.m. here. Got to get my beauty sleep. Thanks, Cy, Zach, and Adam. Good night, Duke.
Good night, Duke.
You're the only one. Also, you're the only one we're giving good nights to anymore. But we'll see you for the next about 20 minutes or so. Chicken and dumplings. Ooh, man, that sounds amazing. I know. We're not doing this.
It's perfect for this time.
We're not doing this.
Yeah.
No food talk. Collector Rick. I need some Christmas tree seeds. All right, what's happening here?
That was another thing.
That's taking a turn.
There used to be just a ton of seeds in here. There probably still is. If we go to the back and start opening boxes, there's just probably seeds.
How long are those good for?
I don't have a clue.
I don't know either.
I don't have a clue. I know the majority of them were something called an autoflower, which was supposed to be something easy, something that's easy to do.
They're like field corn. They're coated. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I can't.
Okay. They're, from my understanding, they're like a field corn comes covered in like nitrate and fertilizer, and it's like a ball, more or less. It doesn't look like just a straight corn kernel, and they're almost like spray colored, a different color. That's what those are.
So it's just got everything it needs right there.
Joe,
It's easy to sprout.
so first of all, Kevin says plant one next live and see. And then Joe says autoflower, throw it in the dirt, walk away.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. That's all I know about it is it's just supposed to be
Hamster and dumplings. I could get behind that.
Have y'all ever heard of someone doing red beans and rice shine? Of course, that's Jason asking. Right. Red beans and rice?
I'm not playing into the whole Louisiana culinary. I already got told you guys don't eat Nutri-Rat, which is I know to be false because I know some guys right down there on the line that are actually technically up here that have tried it. Jason, look me in the eyes right now and tell me you've never had a Nutri-Rat. I want you to do it. I want you to lie to all these good people. I want you to tell a fib in front of God and everybody.
Rick's talking about sending seeds to us to give away with every order.
I saw that. I didn't want to say one way or the other on that.
Trevor says tastes like rabbit or chicken.
You're only drinking half your Guinness.
Actually, I think I'm gonna finish it.
It's only 4.1.
What?
It's 4.1%.
I
thought they were
expected
supposed to
it.
be stronger.
I
It's a
know.
light. That's what he asked, and I looked at that. Look, 4.1%.
Oh yeah,
It's a light beer.
It
Yeah,
is
We
a
were
light.
talking all this time like it was a 9%
No,
super stout.
it's not.
and it's not.
It's not. It's a light
That's how they
stout.
drink 40 of them because
Yes.
it's a bush light.
It's a bush light.
Yeah. It's
If you want-
a thick bush light.
If you
That's
want
it.
a real like UK stout, you get Sam Smith's
Sam Smith, huh?
oatmeal stout.
This is European bush light,
Yeah.
but way more money.
Yes.
That's it.
Let me look at the ABV of Sam Smith because I'm pretty sure it's higher.
I was flabbergasted by that.
yeah. I said I was only gonna have half because I thought they were like 10% alcohol.
I've always thought my whole life that they were like not 9%.
Yeah.
2 beers in one. Not so.
I said that because it's got so much more body than Guinness does.
I think a bush light's 4.3.
but Sam Smith is only 5, so it's got
Or
a
3 too, depending on where you buy it.
Yeah,
That's not a thing.
that's
anymore.
not a thing anymore.
Oh really?
Uh-uh.
Didn't know that.
It was for a long time, but just in the last, I don't know, 5-10 years, it's been.
I was gonna say it has been since 10 years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah, 4.1. That's the same as a bush light.
it is. I think Bush is higher actually.
It's gross bush light. That's it.
It's gross Bush Light.
That's it.
I don't know.
That'll flush Duke out if he's still hanging around.
I like it a little bit better.
Robert says Killer Bees did a red beans and rice, and he said all you get is a bunch of guys getting drunk and farting. A lot. Jack Longberry's opinion is that autoflowers suck. There you go.
I think it's like anything else. I think there's levels to it. I think that the autoflower is like a beginner level.
I think that's correct because I also think I remember Paul talking about how yield is much smaller.
Yeah.
It's a much smaller plant because it grows so fast.
Yeah.
Mature. He said it's like plant it 45 days later harvest.
Boom, ready to go. I think
Big H, another Louisiana fella. Northwest Louisiana here. Squirrel is as low as my people go down on the food.
that's probably the same here. That's probably the same. And dude, there's outliers, right? Like
I mean,
there's people that
I've
talk
had
about
woodchuck.
coon and possum and armadillo.
I've had
Those people,
woodchuck and
those are crazy
coon.
people. Those are crazy people.
I don't think I've had possum. Windsong will jump in and let me know if I've had possum. I don't remember, but I know I've had coon and woodchuck.
I've had woodcock before, and it's not good.
That's a duck, right?
Well, it's It's a long. It's a bird, and you can only hunt them like 2 weeks out of the year in Arkansas. They are really fun to hunt, but they're a quail size, a little bit bigger than a quail, and they're like duck consistency, and not like a desirable duck either.
What are you talking about?
Woodcock.
Oh, okay.
They shoot off out. You hunt them in the woods, typically along like a wet or not really a creek, but like little drainage areas, and they shoot up out off the wood floor like a rocket. Like you hunt them with dogs, and you'll go in there, and as soon as they flush, it's like they shoot up real quick, hover for a second, and then they pick a direction and take off. And it basically, if you don't get them on the rise or you have a really good straight line on them, you're not going to kill them. They're so fun to hunt.
That's
but
cool.
They're terrible to eat.
Yeah.
Someone can probably cook them good, but we haven't figured it out yet.
Apparently, I have had possum.
Yeah.
And Winsong said I liked it. I think that's what she's meaning to say. And you liked it. So I guess I've had it.
Rats and lizards is where I draw the line. That's a low line, Paul. I mean, there's so much above that. I feel like.
I mean, I've really got to be in a survival situation for a lizard.
I would try a lizard. I mean, I like alligator tail.
Same thing.
I've had snake that I've had some snake before where I was like, oh, this is actually.
I've never had it.
Not bad.
Yeah, Jeffrey makes a good point. Anything is good if you're hungry enough.
Yeah. It's true.
And you know what I haven't had in a long time? Why are we talking about food? How does this keep happening? That said, I'm going to finish my thought, and then I'm going to get off it. But frog legs, I haven't had nice fried frog legs in a hot minute. And it's the only food that I could think about where I'm like, I would love some of those. Don't really have access to them.
You don't go
gigging them anymore.
You don't go gigging?
We need to go out to a farm one night and
Go
just
gigging.
have a bushlight gigging session.
That would be cool.
Maybe camp out there.
I like that
I don't
idea.
know. I don't know.
I like that.
I would do it.
I like that.
I would do it.
Jar.
Rimfire says that's the reason I married my wife was her squirrel pot pie.
And I've never had squirrel.
I mean, honestly, that's a good enough
like,
reason. My wife can cook anything. I know that.
Damn.
Well, I say anything. There was a time where we tried to eat some tofu. She did her best, but she could never make that taste like anything but.
Try to eat what?
Tofu.
It's got a weird consistency.
Yeah.
I will give it. It takes on the flavor of whatever you season it with.
It does, yeah.
But
It's the consistency that's the problem.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know what all you did, but you dialed that sucker in. I'm telling you.
I opened it all the way up when the water reservoir started to kind of warm up a little bit, and I just kind of got the gas on a happy medium. I mean, I didn't really do a lot of anything.
Yeah. Well, you nailed it.
Damn. Yeah, this is one of the more super, super consistent runs we've done. As far as just every jar is the same as the jar before it.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of ABV.
Winsong says he's the one who shot the possum. I'm really surprised he forgot. I'm really
If you're
surprised.
shooting possums, okay, I'll just say this. Anytime I've ever shot a possum, I've had an ABV over one. I've had a BAC over 1.
Yeah, well,
I've never killed a possum sober.
well, maybe you've never been as hungry as we've been. That could be.
Were you sober?
There were years that I wasn't sober.
There were whole ass years where I couldn't say yes to that.
I'm surprised, honestly, that she is surprised I forgot something. Honestly. Jar number 11. I mean, we still got guesses going on, but I'm going to tell you, jar 8, 9, 10, and 11, all 188.
Pretty crazy.
That's getting the smell, though.
Yeah.
We're nearing the end.
I tasted that one, and I even, I mean, for 188, I feel like I could pick up a small amount of tails.
Yeah.
And I don't know that it doesn't burn off overnight, and I can't pick that up anymore. But
Well, I'm getting the smells, so
I didn't
we're
really sniff it.
nearing
Let me
the
see
end.
we
Open it up. Don't sniff it past the.
logistically we have to be, because there was only a gallon and
we're
a half
almost
of
at a
this
gallon
proof.
and a half.
Yeah. You're smelling something on this?
Mm-hmm.
I can't smell nothing but high proof liquor. Self-admittedly,
That
I
sounds
don't
like
have the
me.
nose that
you're
he
not-
does. I mean, my nose is a little bit more ratcheted down than his is.
Think of, before you take another whiff,
Okay.
think about what wet cardboard smells like.
Okay.
Now take a whiff.
Brother, I'd love to lie to you and say I'm getting that, but I just can't. I
Okay.
can't smell
All right.
anything but damn.
Let me try.
The Adam going to start training his nose. Quentin says baby puke, wet cardboard flavor.
Take a light sniff. Right at the front. Pull hard on it. It's gonna.
All right. I will say, if I back off of it a little bit
Yes.
and just real light,
So hold on, Adam. Don't go anywhere.
I can get.
Clinton is saying
Maybe
that
a
is
hair
smell a
something.
normal jar.
And I'm saying
Normal
maybe.
jar. What's a normal jar?
The hearts.
Oh, okay.
Pull this jar right here. This will be
That's-
hearts for sure. We're giving little smell samples on TV.
I can't wait till they come out with a box that just like
Smell-o-vision.
you upload this and it puts
It's like
it out.
it's like the little air freshener that automatically squirts.
Yes. Yeah, it's just got like 10 chemicals that can make up any kind of smell.
Yeah, and it's not like it's not coming. It's on its way.
No,
at
it's
some
for
point.
sure going to be at some point. I don't know
Yeah,
if it's
yeah.
50 years from now or 5 years from now, but it's coming.
Stephen Bishop from Santa Ana, California. Good to see you in there.
Has a more fruity smell to it.
Well, that would make sense because I think most of it is brandy.
There's a lot of brandy tails and heads in there.
Yeah, maybe like little acetone, fruity. Yeah.
I don't know. I've just always self-admittedly not had quite the nose that you have.
Yeah. Well, and I don't have that great of a nose either. I just have way more
That's just-
experience.
You ever make alcohol with sugar cane?
Yep. Lots of times.
Yep. Zach, your barrel's finished working off. Yeah, they're done. The super simple and the beginner bourbon have been done for a couple days, and then I took a gravity on the heirloom corn, and it was at 995.
And that happened like overnight. Like there was a cat.
There was a cap
yesterday.
yesterday. It disappeared. That TikTok that I made was yesterday. I mean, the day I released it, I filmed it that day. Came back in this morning, cap fell. It's at 995. So it was working pretty fast. I'm not super surprised by it, but yeah. Man, they're talking about New Zealand in there. New Zealand's a highly underrated place in the world.
Yeah.
Is it? I
You
would
can
love to
hunt,
go.
dude. You can hunt so many different. Dude, they have a crazy amount of like different wild game, like
Yeah.
goats, rams, deer, ibex. Like they have all kinds of like crazy animals there that you can hunt. reindeer.
I would love to go sometime.
And like also, every time I see a video of anyone from New Zealand on the internet, they seem like the best dudes of all time.
Right.
Just like nice, just good dudes.
Super down
It's
to
always
earth.
that, and then like rugby guys that are taking dudes' heads off. I would love to. New Zealand's one of my top 3 that I want to go visit.
Yeah.
At some point.
I'd like to see it.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings turned me on to that. That's where it was filmed.
I bet they hate that. I bet they're like, okay.
Clayton loves it. Or Clinton, rather. Sorry, Clinton loves it. I already know he's gonna one up me on that.
Anyone need a bushel?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
So everybody, let me try this transition since Zach is at the fridge. It's time for you to go get a drink, go to the bathroom, relieve yourself, go kiss mama, and take a little break because we're going to do an intermission. So we will see you guys in just a minute.
We're spinning the wheel.
Spinning. Going to make another feints run tonight?
Yeah.
Got 3 gallons?
Pitch them out. Get rid of them. Throw them away. They're going to make you go blind.
Yeah. Nah. Nah.
Yeah, right.
So we're going to dump this in the bucket.
Damn. I'm on there.
Check the proof.
Why are we going to do that?
We're going to make sure it's below 80 proof.
Why are we going to do that?
Because we don't want to blow up.
We want to live.
We like life.
I want to continue living.
Yeah. We don't have an insurance policy on this building. Would be a problem.
It'd be a real cool fireball, though.
It would be a cool fireball. I mean, even cooler, we might even catch it on camera. I mean, that'd be something.
You know, I thought about it.
Title of the video would be Famous Last Words. Would be fine.
God dang, dude. Dad? Come on, man.
Well, if you can't get it, I can't get it.
The old hit it on a table just loosens right up trick. Get them every time.
So this is a combination of all kinds of runs. We didn't even keep track. So there's some corn liquor in there, I know. There's some brandy in there, I know.
Grape brandy, apple brandy, corn liquor.
Yeah.
Probably some vodka.
Some malt whiskey.
Malt whiskey.
Yeah. So we're just going to run this on the Mile High 8-gallon. We're going to use the 3-inch copper torpedo. And, you know, we're going to make some high-proof neutral spirit Last time we did this, the final product came out around 183 or 87, something like that.
Yeah, I think the highest, I think it was like 189. May have kissed 190 at one point.
Yeah.
I can't remember, but yeah. So I guess we're just shooting for the highest proof neutral spirit we can make.
Yeah.
Pack the column out, run the D flag,
Pack the D flag.
see what happens.
Right on. And I think that covers it. That's what we got going on tonight.
The Great Grain Giveaway.
Hell yeah.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah. Some lucky customer is getting free grain for a year.
Spin that wheel, let the painted ponies fly.
Yeah. 1 box of grain every month for a year. Grain of your choice.
Could be corn, could be kits, could
Whatever.
be all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah. How many entries did we end up with? 100 plus.
123, I think, was the exact final count on that.
Yeah. So your odds are pretty good.
Most people had more than one entry, too. So it's like,
Yeah.
if you only had 2 entries, it's like, what, 1 in 60? Like, pretty good shot of winning.
Not bad. Not bad at all. So at 100, so we need to add, maybe just another half gallon of water, and that'll put it below 80. We'll
Half-ish
double check
gallon.
it.
Yeah.
Put it in there, put the column together, get it rolling, and yeah, that's what we got going on. That's it.
I'm excited about it. Probably going to be drinking some things, trying some things. May come back, may circle to, I could just lock it in right now. Promise the people we're going to come back and try the candy cane Christmas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can certainly do that.
Circle back to that, see what that's like.
Yeah, doesn't hurt a thing.
Thanks for being here, guys. We're back. As you can tell, my co-host isn't with us. He's applying ointment to a rash. He should be back any minute. But yeah, we are about to spin that dang wheel, baby. I'm excited about this. Been a long build-up. Getting stoked about seeing who's going to win this thing.
I know. Yeah, pretty excited. We lost chat. Oh, you're pulling up the wheel,
I
aren't you?
am. Are we just doing that right now?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I think we'll spin that thing. 'Cause we're going to have to go back there and pull the order number and see
Yeah.
who won. So
These are all the
at the
numbers.
click of a button, we're going to find out who wins free grain for a year. Been a long time coming. 125 entries. Some of you multiple points. Before we do this, just want to say thank you to everybody who shops with us, and we really, really appreciate your business, and we're super excited to, reward a customer, and I'm just stoked to see who's going to win this thing.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, guys.
Oh, we're going to have to go look it
We'll
up.
have to go look it up, yeah.
All right. We will hit the spin in 3, 2, 1.
The suspense.
Yeah, I made it 10 seconds long. All right, here we go.
Oh, 7711.
All right.
I'm going to go look that up real quick.
All right. 7711. Pull up the regular view, I think.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Switch this jar out while he's looking this up.
Oh, my computer is so slow.
Oh, we got our mics on too, so we gotta make sure we don't leak it.
Don't leak it. Okay.
Yeah. Did you ever turn yours back on, Si?
Yep.
Okay.
I wonder if everyone's like frantically going to their emails right now to see what the was.
I know I would have already written them down and they'd just be on a piece of paper in front of me.
Yeah.
Who
Clinton,
in the chat
I
right
didn't ever
now
get any
has their
follow-up
order
earlier
numbers?
with you because we
ready?
went to break. I was wondering if you were a big Lord of the Rings fan.
I'm gonna go.
I had a hunch, maybe.
What are you gonna
would
do?
be,
Just write it
but-
down?
No, I'll just look it up. 7711. 7711, correct?
7711.
Wouldn't be one of those on the bottom of the list that you wrote down.
No, it's before because look at the numbers. We
Jar cam
quadruple
isn't
digit all
focused.
the phone numbers.
Okay.
The phone orders.
We need that Jeopardy music. Dun, 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 dun,
I got it right now.
I better not play it or we'll get struck.
We're already going to get struck. There it is.
Hey, look at the.
Okay. For Frodo.
I think this is bad TV right now. Just
Well, well, that's why I was about to start filling the dead air with some talking, just reading the comments verbatim. Collector Rick's order number was 110101110. That means yes in binary. Does anyone in here grow their own material for fermenting? That's an interesting question. The whole farm to table aspect of this. Do you know anybody that does that?
Yeah, I know Shine Shack.
Yeah,
He grows his own corn
that's
that he
cool.
uses.
That's
Yeah.
really cool. Then you can really say, like, every single bit of this was my doing, you know?
Right. Clinton says, oh, for anyone wanting a bold bourbon, use the Bloody Butcher. The smells, even from the heads, are unreal. Oh, that's, I can't wait. I'm going to do a Bloody Butcher bourbon for certain, Clinton. Thank you for that.
I'm excited to see some of those happen.
Kevin says farm to bottle.
Yeah, farm to bottle. That's
Yeah.
right.
I think there's a festival called Farm to Bottle.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm pretty sure, and it's grain suppliers and
Yeah.
distillers and brewers.
Hey, is there a way for me to find this guy's phone number?
Yeah, it's on the order page. If you click the order, it'll be. He would have entered it. It's not a. What do they call it? A mandatory field. Most people put it in, but some.
Oh, you didn't put it in here.
Oh, okay. We can't call him.
Ooh.
Where is Shine Shack? He, if you're asking why hasn't he been putting out a lot of videos, he got really busy with work. So he hadn't been putting out as many videos as he used to. But I was talking to him. He's got videos in the works, plans, and so we'll be seeing some more from him. He didn't disappear.
That's pretty cool, GTD.
Yeah, I was hoping there would be a number on there. So
I think you can, like, learn that as a language on Duolingo or something.
Okay. The winner was Brian Ville. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Brian.
Won it with all grain wheat whiskey.
Yep.
So That's awesome.
Congratulations, brother. Man, that's,
so if you're in the chat, jump in and say, that's me. And otherwise, you didn't leave your phone number with your order, so we can't call you. We will send you an email and let you know.
actually, I'll send them an email real quick and hey, give me a call.
Yeah, okay.
Your computer's right here, man. Or okay.
I'll just send it from my phone. That way I can.
Flatland uses his sweet corn in the summer.
That's
That's
cool.
awesome. I wouldn't really try to do that. I'm just not that good at gardening.
Yeah. Yeah, I would hope that the plants are very self-sustaining and hardy.
Right.
Because I'm not a green thumb.
Yeah, and for me, it's mostly too just like I don't get out there and do the work that's got to be done.
Right. I think same.
You know?
Same.
Terry says, Miss Joe, they mispronounced your name. Oh, I was really rooting for Joe.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Probably unfair for me to have a favorite.
Well,
sorry, everybody.
She's the class favorite.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah,
I don't know.
She's the class favorite.
She is the class favorite. Jack Longberry grows a few varieties of corn. That's awesome.
We'll see if we can get a call and let Brian know during the live.
Clinton says Bloody Butcher initial tasting profile equals sweet baked goods, a little corn flavor, overall flavor I get is like day old brownies. We'll report back when in the heart of hearts. Yeah, that's awesome. Man, thanks for the real-time update, Clinton. That's cool. Joe Park says, congrats to the winner.
She has conceded.
She has conceded her. Yeah. We're gonna run this until it starts falling off. Then I'm gonna just shut it down.
Should be any time.
Any jar now.
And part of it's not really adding up because 8 jars a gallon. This. Well, did you proof this one?
Oh no, I haven't. I've not proofed that one yet. This might be the one.
This should be the one that falls off the face of the earth, but
bubbles are still disappearing pretty quick.
10, 40.
Yeah. Well, starting to.
Really? It's like the rest of them.
Yeah. Kind of surprising.
Easy. Damn, did you read what Terry said?
My backyard wasn't filled with bodies. I would plant corn.
I thought that those would be good fertilizer.
Sounds like a good reason to plant corn.
Yeah, sounds like a great reason to plant corn, Terry.
I mean, how shallow are they?
Yeah. Good night, Flatland. Take care.
All right, this jar comes in.
What?
We're at 186 on jar 12. So we're still up there.
Y'all add enough water? Gotta hope so. We proofed it before we.
Yeah, we proved it.
This is our guy.
Oh, cool.
The winner.
Okay.
Calling the phone.
Hey, Brian.
Yes.
Hey, brother. My name's Zach. I'm sitting here with Cyrus, still in the clear.
Yeah.
Hey, brother. We had
You
noticed
might
that
want to
you.
let him know.
Oh, hey, by the way, we are on a live podcast right now. I did want to let you know that. I'm not going to show your number or anything like that, but I just want to let you know in advance. So I know this is probably going to seem kind of random, but we're calling you because you put in an order on stillontheclear.com and you've won a year's supply of grain on us.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if you knew that the giveaway was even happening, but we did a grain giveaway this month, and every order over $50 qualified for free grain for a year. So basically, you've won your choice of kit or heirloom corn for the entire year, 12 of them.
That is amazing.
Yeah, brother.
Thank
So,
you.
yeah, no problem. No problem, man. No, thank you. We appreciate your business, and I just wanted to kind of call and reach out and let you know, brother.
I appreciate that. That is awesome. Definitely put that. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Turn your head that
Absolutely.
way.
And we'll be getting back with you and work out the details. You're going to have to pick which ones you want, and you know, every month you'll get to pick whether you want an ingredients kit, a recipe kit, or just some grain. So we'll get back with you on that.
All right. That's great. Thank you.
Congratulations, brother. We appreciate you.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right, man. Have a good one.
Whoop, whoop. Awesome.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Congrats to Brian. Look, if you guys submitted your entry, Collector Rick with the 5 memberships.
Ooh, Mr.
Man, brother,
Lopez
who's getting
grabbed
one? Mr.
one.
Lopez got one.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Jacob and Nishana got one too. That's a duel. How does that work? They split those up $1 a piece? Look into that. No.
Thanks for the gifts, Rick. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, Rick. So if you didn't win this month, don't worry about it. In May, there is going to be a bigger, more badass giveaway, and we're super excited. We're still hammering out the details of it, and but we'll should be announcing that later this month, probably around the middle part of the month, and we're super stoked about that one. So yeah.
I like it. Like, usually when gifts happen, the people that are gifted are not in the chat when it happens. And this time, Mr. Lopez is in the chat when he gets gifted the gift. That's freaking awesome.
I like that too.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It feels like there's about 20% of them, like one of them goes to somebody in the chat,
Yeah.
and then the other 4 are like random YouTube subscribers.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's an algorithm for that or what, but yeah, no. Pretty slick. I don't even know how many channel members there are now.
There was, this morning I looked, there were 91 channel members, active
Nice.
channel members.
So there should be about 101 now. I think that was the second.
106. There's been 15 gifts, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, GT
Rick
did
did
it
5,
twice. I
GT
think.
did.
oh, that's right. That's right. That's right.
What, Rimfire asks, what could be better than 12 free kits? Well, you just have to wait and see. Stay tuned, brother.
Yeah.
So did we? Yeah, never mind.
Limbic Dave.
What? One free still? Yeah, that would be better.
That
wouldn't
would
it?
be better.
That would absolutely be better.
Would be better. You won't coax it out of me, but that would be better.
I mean, I could come up with lots of things that could be better than 12 kits, but
Not anything that we can say on the internet.
yeah, and a lot would be hard to give away.
Yeah. Most of those are illegal.
Congrats to the giftees, Trickster says.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Jason says technically 13. Okay. Awesome. That's right.
He said, so, about the cans of apricots and peaches.
Yeah.
I got about 5 gallons of puree.
Like, is it okay if I start talking shine now? You guys are
Yeah. You got 5 gallons of puree? Man, that's like 30-ish pounds probably. So you're talking about... How many gallons were you making?
How are you getting 30 pounds? Like
5 gallons. Water is 8. Kind of
okay.
estimating
guesstimate.
32. That's closer to 40 pounds.
Yeah.
40 pounds of puree. That should make about 10 gallon of mash. I guess it could be a little lighter. I don't know. I'd really want to weigh that to know kind of where I'm at in terms of pounds. Maybe just take a gravity on that as it sets and see where that's
get
at.
gravity.
Yeah,
For sure.
I can't remember how many gallon you were trying to make either. If you're trying to make 5, like
You got plenty.
Probably good. But if you're making 10, you're probably that's enough puree, and then you just bump with a pound of sugar. But you would just have to take your gravity and maybe dilute some water so you can get more of an accurate reading.
The AI machine says 8.4 pounds per gallon.
Of puree, 8.4 gallon. Wait, what?
Pounds per gallon
pounds.
density. Pounds per gallon.
Sorry, someone say it one more time.
8.4 pounds per gallon.
Yeah, that's probably maybe, I don't know. That seems a little high. I think
It could be.
4 to 6 pounds of fresh, and then I would imagine that the puree has more sugar content if you included the syrup and didn't drain the syrup off. But I don't know. I just have to, honestly, you just have to get a gravity on it and see where you're at.
Our chat disappeared.
Oh, it's gone completely.
There it is.
You said you could give away a week with Zach and Cy. I don't know, man. What would that be worth to somebody?
I mean, honestly, we would end up just putting you to work. So
Yeah.
might not be
You
that
wanna
good.
help us,
It's on, Bubba.
Since you're here, you want to help us pack orders?
I hope you don't got any grain allergies. Gonna need you on the packer.
Oh, that's interesting. They have a highlight around them now. I didn't do that.
Oh yeah, I've noticed that. Is that members?
Well, that's what I'm wondering if they're members.
It is members because everybody that's got a jar beside them has it, and well, there's only one guy on the screen right now that didn't have it.
Okay.
I got no thumper, just running a basic Beaver still with an upgraded condenser. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to have a thumper. We ran the first 20-ish lives without ever running a thumper. I didn't ever really run one until we got until North Georgia sent us that Fat 10. I don't know. Thumpers are cool. Thumpers are highly videoed and talked about, but they're like, you can make awesome moonshine without a thumper.
Mm-hmm.
That said, now that we have one, I do think it can add a little bit of something extra to your.
We really haven't even experimented heavily with it yet.
Not really. We've put some stuff off in there, but
I'm just waiting until I build the infuser. That's when I'm really going to dig into it.
yeah.
Jeffrey says he'll come work. Hell yeah.
Also, you guys don't have to win anything. You could just come do that.
We have a volunteer program.
Yeah, we'll
We set up
intern
a
you.
volunteer program 8 seconds ago.
You get a certificate. It's real nice.
We'll work for grains.
Hell yeah. I mean, I did that for a year. Literally.
The cherry infusion definitely imparted some cherry.
Yeah.
Definitely more so off the front, which is normal, I guess. I mean, that's just the course of the run. I think it's going to draw most of that out at the beginning if you don't have like the infuser like what you're talking about.
Mhm.
But yeah, it definitely the finished product definitely ended up having a bunch of cherry flavor.
Excuse me.
So another question: can you make a sour mash brandy, Mr. Lopez? Typically, when you're talking about a brandy, essentially all you're doing is making a wine and putting it in your pot. So a lot of the times what you'll do if you have a puree situation like that is a 2-stage fermentation where you'll eventually get your fruit pulp. I like to do this. I'm not saying you have to do it, but I like to get my fruit pulp off of my wine. I don't like to leave it on there. Some people do. It's very common with a mountain brandy. That said, in terms of a sour mash, no. Your fruit, once you ferment it all out and use it up, it's not going to be good to leave over into a secondary batch. I would think. I think it's going to get kind of nasty and not going to be something that you would want to do. Do you have any additional thoughts on that?
I've never done a sour mash with fruit, but my initial thought is there's probably a reason why nobody talks about doing sour mash with fruit.
Nobody does it. The longevity of the fruit is pretty short. And I wouldn't think that it would make for good liquor, but I could be absolutely wrong about that. But I would not.
Thanks, Clinton. Clinton throwing up emojis, and I'm not even paying attention.
Joe, you don't have to
Finally
win
just
anything.
has to say,
you
"Hey,
can come
John."
work for a week, whatever. Put you up at Miss ABV and I's house, just right down the road. Feed you. All you got to do is pat grains until your fingers bleed. Jeez. This is like a miracle run here. This isn't even making sense. Think about it's really not making sense because we know how much alcohol we put in. Did you put 4 gallons in?
No. So I'm starting to wonder when you took the hydrometer reading, had you already started drinking?
You just took that one.
No, I'm talking about the 3 gallons that we put in the pot. That was
No, it was. You looked at it too. You were
that's
looking
right.
at it. That said, this is kind of physically not possible.
the math isn't math.
The math is not mathing. I would say it's impossible for this next jar not to be like 70 proof. Just super shocked right now.
Maybe some of those jars aren't full, but I think we've been pretty close to full on most of them.
Yeah. Dude, anyone can come vacation, hang out. We got distilleries, we got breweries, we got all kinds of cool stuff. You can come in, work half a day, go have fun for half a day. Yeah. We got plenty of stuff to do. We'll keep you busy. You know, take a week off work and just come down here and
work. Take a vacation and come work.
It doesn't really feel like, I'm saying it doesn't feel like work. There are definitely in the mornings when we're packing orders and getting your stuff out, it definitely can feel like work, but it's like the kind of work that's like enjoyable, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Clinton is now getting somewhat floral baked good smell like rosewater, but corn.
Ooh.
Never had a floral corn smell before. Yeah, that's awesome.
I meant more, Mr. Lopez says I meant more of taking back set and adding that to a fresh new batch of mash. You can absolutely do that. Mm-hmm. That's a different story. Your fruit pulp is what you're going to want to stay away from. A lot of people, when they're talking about sour mashes, are talking about leftover grain and stuff like that from previous ferments. But like, yes, you can take your back set for sure. Now, that said, I'm not thinking I really see guys talking about that much or doing that, but I wouldn't see a problem with it.
I wouldn't see a problem with it.
Like in lieu of adding water, adding back set, like I don't see why not. If you didn't scold your batch or you didn't, mess your back set up, I can imagine that it really have a negative
back
effect.
set, the rest water.
Yeah.
I'd be willing to give it a try.
I think it'd be worth a shot. Good little experiment.
What state are y'all in again?
Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Y'all can come see us in person, hang out for a full day if you come on to the Shine On Festival.
Yeah. Don't
October 4th.
October 4th.
Get some links in the chat for you.
Lots of fun coming October 4th.
Lots of
Shining
cool
One
stuff.
Festival.
Lots of some famous moonshiners, some awesome bands, some competitions, all kinds of cool stuff. And also, if you get in early enough and plan out early enough, I don't know if you have a camper, but there's a campsite like within walking distance of here. There's actually 2. And then there's one that's like a 3-minute drive. Aside from that, there are hotels all the way down Phoenix Avenue. And then we also have group rates at the Marriott, which is downtown. So that is like 20 minutes from here, but nice place. There'll be a lot of other shiners from out of town there.
Mhm.
Our bands, that's where we're putting our bands up. So could be a good one. Also, downtown Fort Smith is it's a fun time. Like, if you left the festival and we're still feeling like, hey, I should, I don't need to go to bed right now. That's a good place to end up. Bull and crawfish tomorrow night, Jason. That sounds good. Joe, you can come. I believe in you. You're a strong, independent woman. You can do whatever the heck you want to do.
I mean, it sounds like saying that I wish I could come. Sounds like you're telling yourself you can't. I don't know what this is about.
Yep. Crawfish boil. Everyone in Louisiana, that's all they're doing down there.
Lots of crawfishing.
I'm running my cherry pie filling. Jason, how's it going? You happy with your run? Oh, we never did try this.
I'll go grab us a shot glass.
Oh man, the smell. So you know how it went from that kind of like real spicy, like a mixture of stuffing and the fruitcake. It's mostly candy cane now, which is an upgrade.
Yeah.
Who wants liquor that smells like?
Well.
Huh?
Well. Oh yeah. Dang, KRB, what you doing, Stigler? That's where my dad's side's from.
KRB, we are at Fort Chaffee in Fort Smith.
Yeah, you ain't too far.
Got a pretty color.
It does.
That is kind of. You remember what the proof was on this?
Joe has the same traveling problem we do. Oh,
Let me see that
dogs.
hydrometer real quick. Not let go of it until I know it will flow. Damn.
Not terribly accurate. The sugar content's jacking it up.
Yeah. Well, this has it at 98. For whatever that's worth, probably very little, but. Well, boys, the smell is improved.
The smell is better.
That's what, yeah. It's like mainly candy cane.
It really does have kind of a Christmassy smell. It's not that.
It is Christmas in it. It was overpowered by the stuffing and the fruitcake beforehand, and now it's mostly candy cane.
Yeah.
Do you think this would piss the bourbon guys off? We were like giving like notes on candy cane liquor.
We should make a TikTok with it and like hashtag bourbon.
Yeah.
Talk.
All of our bourbon ridiculous liquors.
Aficionados, yeah.
Each one gets more ridiculous than the one before it. We're like, oh man, this has a I'm getting
honestly, I
a
can smell the yams.
little bit of spearmint.
This is Western France,
Mm.
1890.
I think we're getting a little red dye 40. Oh man, that is such a good nose. Let's see how it is on the palate.
Robert, you've got the Still in the Clear badge right next to your name, so you joined just fine. Looks like it worked, brother. Welcome.
Oh, this is turning into a Christmas schnapps. This is kind of turning into what I imagined.
The peppermint strong on the tail.
Yeah.
Wow.
It finishes nice with the peppermint, like you could brush your teeth.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
Quite schnapsy.
Yeah.
Oh man, I think just filter it and. I mean, would you add anything? Would you do anything to this?
No, definitely. I don't think filtering is going to do it. I definitely think we're going to have to clarify it. I mean, look at all this.
That big stuff will come out.
We're definitely going to have to clarify it, I think.
I say we filter it and then probably for sure have to clarify it though. I mean, you're not wrong about that, but
Filter first.
I bet filter and then clarify, and we can maybe.
It's not bad. It's better than it was the night that we did it.
100%. Yeah, 100%. It needed a little something.
It's just going to be some work getting it pretty.
It needed a strong flavor too to kind of mask and cover up that. Like we just put so much food in. Like it's the popcorn and the stuffing,
Cookies
just took over. Like all the seasoning and that stuff, the cheese powder.
Clinton says, "What about a little almond extract in there, just to tame some of the peppermint?" I mean, I would be okay. Like, I'm not a big fan of peppermint schnapps, and this is very kind of peppermint schnapps.
Oh, I
but,
like it.
I think calming it down a little bit would be good to me.
Man, I'm just imagining around Christmas time.
Yeah, it wouldn't be bad at all. It's a very Christmassy kind of thing.
Getting hammered, watching the kids open presents.
Rimfire. So what time is Rise and Shine tomorrow? The Rise and Shine is at 8:30 Central Standard Time, Monday through Saturday. So yeah, jump in there with us if you don't have anything going on.
Burns the belly.
I like this.
I can't decide if I like it or not. I mean, it's not like the quality of it is good. I like the peppermint. I like that it tastes like Dr. McGillicuddy's a little bit.
It's meme liquor.
It is a meme liquor.
But
yeah.
I like it.
I mean, for a certain time of the year, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think I'm enjoying a nip of this. Like, if there's snow on the ground and I get a little flask of this, maybe I'm out, doing a little rabbit hunting or something.
Yeah, man.
Taking a little, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Try this out.
Come on.
Also, when you here's what's cool. When you drink a peppermint schnapps or a peppermint liquor, when it's cold outside, when you get done and you take the first breath of air after you take the nip off of it, it's like ice.
Yes.
Yeah.
All the way down into and then followed by like what alcohol does, which is like flush your face and make you warm.
Mm-hmm. That'll be interesting to see.
Do I have a problem? No.
Hell no.
Hell no.
I mean, this discussion might not be good at church, but other than that, I think
here
you're
it's
fine.
pretty suitable.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Jason says Rimfire. Cyrus starts at 8:30. Fat Tickle depends.
Yeah, I'm normally, I'm probably 50-50 on like being here at 8:30 and then being here at like 8:40 or 8:45.
Yeah, last couple days though. You made it.
It depends on what I'm trying to do at the house before I get over here.
Right.
And then also kind of in the grand scheme, I mean, that's really kind of somewhat just Cyrus's thing. Yeah, I don't know.
You don't have to show if you don't want to show.
Yeah,
It's a bonus
if
if
I'm
you're
feeling
there.
foggy in the morning and I got everything taken care of at the house and I'm up and around, I'll get over here for it. Most of the times I'm just showing up in the middle.
Yeah.
Which I feel like it's kind of nice. Give you
It's fine.
15, sometimes give you,
I need some alone time
Yeah.
with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
your people. Yeah.
Cyrus might need to sleep it off in the recliner tonight.
Ooh, getting called out.
Dude, I should give you the cold shoulder.
Sounds like I'm in trouble or something.
Yeah, put you in a doghouse, boy.
Hope the air mattress pump is working.
I think I left it out there under the carport if you need it.
This is pretty crazy. We are at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Well, here's the thing, man. This is after this jar. Like, so if this jar isn't like 40 or 50 proof, this isn't like I screwed us somehow because this
We
is
did
not
our calculations wrong.
Yeah, we didn't. It's not possible. I mean, we put 3 gallons of liquor in there that was 100 proof. So 200 proof of a gallon and a half. And we've run.
We're past a gallon and a half.
We're past a gallon and a half that's averaging 184, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 90, 100, 130. Yeah, like it's impossible for this to be over 140 proof. The only logical explanation for that is we did not get an accurate.
Well, so I just saw a comment from Jason says slow drip. So that is an indication when the drip starts slowing down that you're now making your transition. So
We have to be.
pretty much.
Unless we were just totally wrong on the front end.
Jesus turned water into wine and hillbillies turned water into shine. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Love the process. It's a great hobby.
Jason. Oh, Jason's saying he's got a slow drip.
Oh,
Should I
okay.
turn the heat down a little bit? Well, if you have a slow drip, probably don't need to turn your heat down. I don't know if you're running a condenser. I don't know what your setup is, but if you're trying to turn it up, I mean, if you're trying to make your drip a little bit faster, you would want to turn your heat up.
Well,
Jason, I may have put some voodoo on this run. It ain't making sense. I'm telling you,
Jason,
that.
you're gonna learn. I don't know how many times you've ran your still, but you're gonna learn that your still, the way it's set up, is gonna have a cruising speed, a speed at which it likes to run.
3-pot still.
You'll kind of find it, a 3-pot still. So
We got a 3-pot still. He said he's running at 205. 205 seems hot to me, but
it
I don't know how much reflux.
depends on where his thermometer is. Depends on the kind of the still. You can't go by that. But if you want to speed your drip up, you got to add heat. If you want to slow your drip down, you remove heat.
You know how hot your thumper is? Because a lot of times what can happen, especially when you add a thumper into the mix, is you can be like whatever the hell temperature you are in the pot or vice versa. And then you get over to your thumper. We run our North Georgias, for example. Like sometimes that pot's going to be at like 190 and the thumper's at like 130. It just, you got to heat your whole system up.
Mm-hmm. The Vivor. Well, if it's a Vivor, then you don't even pay attention to the thermometer at all.
Mm-mm.
And just pay attention to your drip. You'll find out what the cruising speed of and when I say cruising speed, how fast that drip is that the still just kind of naturally wants to run at. And that's what you want to pay attention to. The rate at which your distillate is dripping or running a pencil stream, a broken stream, just pay attention to that. Ignore the thermometer. Add heat to speed it up. Remove heat to slow it down.
Jeffrey, not really the whole reason. I think a thumper is generally used more for like flavor infusion and getting a second distillation and cleaning your liquor up. But I mean, it definitely
In modern terms.
in terms of like heat management. I mean, it just honestly, from my opinion, right now, and again, I'm someone who's only run thumpers a handful of times. Like, in terms of heat management, it makes that more difficult. It's harder to heat manage your entire system while you're running a thumper because you have all this lag time from where your pot is like pretty hot and just kicking over into your thumper. So like, I feel like the heat management is like one of the smallest parts of it.
I think what he's talking about with the heat management is at the end.
Oh yeah, super easy to dial up
distillate. Yeah, so from the distillate side, where the distillate is coming out of the still, that's where the management is.
Yeah.
So, like for example, on this still, if we bump the heat up or bump it down, we get an almost immediate result at the end of the still.
Mm-hmm.
When you have a thumper, it's lagged because that thumper is kind of balancing out the change.
That water is so hot.
Is there any ice left?
Partially frozen ones.
Okay, I'll go ahead and drop them in. We're so close to the end of the run that I'm not even worried about it. These jars, they're slightly warmer, but not by much. Hot wings and blue cheese. Snack time.
Oh, dude, blue cheese with the hot wings. You got to go ranch, brother.
Hey, I like some blue cheese.
Really? You're a blue cheese guy?
It's grown on me in my old age.
I like blue cheese.
I didn't used to. Used to hate it. Now I love it.
Well, I don't mind blue cheese, but I don't really seek it out either.
It's my first choice at places.
Yeah, Jeffrey, you're absolutely right on that. Originally, the thumper was for heat management because of the wood source. Absolutely.
I can just put these back in the freezer.
Winsong, I guess there's some confusion in the chat.
There's multiple Jasons. I saw that going on earlier.
I just want to make clear, Jason Acosta made me laugh. I was not laughing at Jason Hubbard's question. Yeah, that's a good clarification because we never want to make people feel any type of way about a question. All questions are good and valid. Dave says, yeah, I've run my thumper still a handful of times. It's way different than the Alembic. Yeah, for sure. And he also says blue cheese is number one.
I get that now. It took me some years. It took me some trial and error. But blue cheese is number one.
Blue cheese is one of those things.
I don't agree with that.
Blue cheese is one of those things like pineapple on pizza.
Yeah.
People are either in or they're
or licorice.
Yeah.
I'm not one or the other. I don't mind blue cheese. I think blue cheese crumble on a burger. Hey, great.
It is good.
I don't hate blue cheese
on a burger.
I love feta cheese. I don't know if it's technically a blue cheese, but
no, it's not.
Blue cheese with ranch is, or blue cheese versus ranch. There's well, I don't know. It's just,
you know what I usually do actually is I order both things. Like I'll have both the blue cheese and the ranch, and I compare their blue cheese to their ranch and just kind of finish the one that I like.
Some people might have a subpar blue cheese.
Yes. Yeah, that's real.
Ranch,
that's real. Hey, in Fort Smith, there's a place called Ed Walker's.
Yeah.
And they have a dressing, which is blue cheese, called Roquefort dressing.
Okay.
You can buy a pint mason jar of it for $8.
That's a good sign.
And I do that there.
Yeah.
Just about every time we go, I buy some.
That would go by the wayside. If they were producing a subpar like blue cheese dressing,
eat that with a spoon, man.
Yeah. They're not jarring it up. People aren't buying it. It's going bad. They're just going to stop.
It's so good.
Rimfire asks, how does the thumper regulate heat? Okay, so if you think about the thumper as a second distillation, picture in your main pot, picture cranking the heat up or cranking the heat down. It reacts almost immediately. The thumper cranking the heat up in the pot, you're pushing vapor through the system and then into the thumper, and then the thumper is redistilling that a second time before it comes out of the thumper. So there's a delayed reaction between when you turn the heat up and when more vapor comes out of the thumper. That's how it regulates the heat. It's not regulating the heat in the pot. It's regulating the heat in the thumper only. It's regulating the fluctuations in the pot from up and down to where it makes it more stable inside of the thumper. I don't know if I explained that very well, but
better than I could have done for sure. There's a significant amount of lag time when you go from your main pot to your thumper. And that catch-up time, what's happening is your still pot is rising in temperature, and your thumper pot is they're going to meet in the middle at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're going to start getting your first drips and your first run. Now, a lot of times what will happen too, and you hear Cy talk sometimes about infusers, is you can strip out a lot of the flavor that you put into your thumper if you infuse with like a fruit or some kind of something. And these infusers, they're pretty cool because you can dump gradually via a mason jar. It's got a little cutoff there, and you can kind of dump flavor throughout your run. But in terms of the temp, like I've just noticed every time we run the North Georgia, the Fat 10, it just takes so much longer for the still to start. Like we have to pre-plan and start our runs like significantly before when we normally would on like a pot still or something. Even when we're running this deflag system, like it just takes a lot longer to heat the whole system up. I think it's maybe partially a volume issue. We try to be good about heating the stuff up that goes into our thumper, which I think helps significantly. But yeah, great.
Clinton, have you tried Roquefort cheese? A little creamier than Stilton. Stilton's cow, I think, and Roquefort is sheep.
Drip has slowed on down to a crawl. Well,
yeah, I'm starting to get that way myself. I'm like sampling it at places.
Rimfire asks, do I want to try a thumper or does it not add a lot? That's some. Go ahead.
So first I'll say Rimfire, if your experience level is new, I would avoid the thumper when you're learning all the other skills because it's just going to add more learning curve. So start out without a thumper, make several runs without a thumper, and then kind of jump into it and start learning the thumper because it's really just two different skill sets. And so what you get from using a thumper, number one, you get some higher ABV. So there's a trade-off. So in a pot still where you might get 135 proof coming off the still, you add a thumper to that, and now you might get 145, 50, even possibly 160 proof coming off the still. The trade-off is the higher the proof you get coming off of the still, the less flavor you get. So you're getting a cleaner liquor, cleaner in quotes, meaning it's a higher proof, there's less congeners, and less of the bolder flavors. Versus something that has more flavor to it. So that's the trade-off.
I think he gave some pretty good advice there too on just like learn the system that you have or the system that you're going to upgrade to. If you're a Beaver guy that's about to go get this new system, maybe consider getting a system that you can add a thumper into later on. and not worry about getting the thumper or the extra cost up front, and just learn that pot still or whatever kind of still that you're going to end up with, whether it be a submarine or a pot or a keg or whatever. Learn that and then add the thumper into the mix. I think is the best advice that you could get is
it's a good way to do it.
If you think you're going to lean that way sometime in the future, lean towards a still where you can add that on fairly easily going forward. Now, also, in terms of the columns, the column stills, a lot of them, it's pretty easy to add jar thumpers. 1 quart jar thumpers, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. I mean, there's guys that run 8 jar thumpers, you know, and I think they're cool. I think that they, work well. There's several people in here and on the Moonshine for Beginners that love jar thumpers. We've got one coming on the way, and we're excited to start using it. But consider a system like that, a tri-clamp system, where it's easy for you going forward to maybe add or modify that. If that's something you want to do.
And this still back here can be run as either a pot still or a column still.
Mm-hmm.
We're running it as a column still tonight because he was asking about that, whether it's a pot or a column. Robert says, I love the Olympic 10-gallon steel. It's best for what I run. Olympic steels are great. I love them. They're very simplistic. They're very easy to run. I'm a big fan.
Mess up the proofing somehow.
Okay.
That one's down, but I don't think it's down.
Well, we'll adjust for temp too. That jar's warm.
Okay. All right.
Jesus.
I don't know what's happening, dude.
184.
We were looking at the same
thermometer?
proof and trail, right?
Yeah.
At the beginning of this?
Yeah.
But it's just physically not possible. This jar number 14. We're coming up on 2 gallons of like 180. I mean, the temperature adjustment's only like 1 or 2 proof, right?
Well, let's find out because that's pretty warm. The temperature adjustment isn't much if the temperature variance isn't that big.
It's like 1 or 2 proof at max, right?
Where's our temperatures?
Hard to see. And down at 88. I mean, and there's just the water reservoir.
Well, I can't find the.
Significantly outlast how long we thought we'd be running. I mean, I could dump the water out of this thing and add cool water in there. That's what you would do if you were at your house and this was going on. That's what you would do. You would dump the water out of this reservoir and just add fresh cold water. But like, it came out at 88.
So that's just not going to be that much different.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I don't know, brother.
I'm not going to sleep well tonight if I can't figure out what happened.
I can't find my hydrometer temperature adjustment chart. So if somebody in the chat wants to go to one of the online calculators, we're at 88 degrees and our proof is 184. Somebody give us a temperature adjustment.
Like at max
Just to
2
see.
proof.
Yeah. It's not much.
That's what it caps
Can't be
out
that
at, I
much,
think,
yeah.
right? I don't think I'm thinking about that, but
So we're at jar number 14. And that one is also 184.
Mr. Lopez, we love you, brother.
Thanks, Mr. Lopez, man. We appreciate you following the channel and watching the channel. Dave says that's about 5 points. So that would make that a 179 instead of a 184.
Doing the math right now on straight. $150. Plus 4. I jacked this up on the front end. I mean, that's the only logical explanation.
We're going to do a little experiment here real quick. We got about 91.5 actual. Jump on your calculator there and do 91.5% of 184.
184 times point what?
91.5%.
$168.
Well, there you go. That's quite a bit of difference.
What?
Proof. 184 to 168.
What are you getting the 168?
Clinton is telling us that it's a 91.5% actual.
So he's saying the adjustment is 168 on that jar?
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
I don't. That's like contradictory to like everything I've ever read.
Oh well, you know.
I mean, I'm not saying anyone's wrong, but I thought that the max like proof temp differential was like 2 proof.
Maybe that's wrong. I don't know.
All right, I'm deep diving.
Oh, Clinton is saying no. You were at 188 proof, 94%. So the adjusted is 91.5.
Yeah, that makes way more sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were giving me.
I mean, that is
something else.
more than I thought that the max range is, but that's only like what, like 6%? What's the difference there? 2.5, 5%?
Mm-hmm.
Or 5 proof?
5 points. Big Dave says, no, bro, it's more. Are you got anything early in the morning? Are you okay? Or
I mean, I'd like to not be here till 9.
yeah, okay.
I think we'll cut off at 8:20, 8:30, no matter what happens here. But this is a miracle run. I mean, we're witnessing something that's
This is unprecedented.
we're not able to explain. I'll say that.
That's probably a better explanation than Miracle Run.
Hey, is this adding up for you? I mean, am I the only one
The math
sitting here?
it's simple. The math isn't mathing, but it just means that we made a mistake. That's all.
That's the only
We
thing
made
it
a
can
happy little
mean.
mistake.
That's all.
That's the
I feel
only.
like, I feel like this is a Bob Ross painting in
It's a
in
happy
motion
little
here.
mistake.
There's a happy little mistake. Your yield's 2 times the amount you thought it was going to be.
Yeah, you're gonna have a lot more now.
Yeah, dude, you just have more.
Midnight
What's the big
Runner says
deal?
it's 5.5 points.
Yeah, I could accept that, Runner. Also, good to see you, Runner. Is that your
Hell yeah.
is that your first chat of the night? You just
I think
sneaking in
so.
here with some quick math?
I think so.
I like it, if that's the case. Well, shit. We got at least one more jar, so.
Well, we don't have any more rings.
Well, how are we? Is that true?
They've been disappearing. I'm not sure where they're going.
Where are our rings going? Man?
Midnight Runner says he's been busy all evening, just popped in. Well, we're glad you're here, brother.
Yep, you got to do like I did on that last run I finished up.
Midnight Runner is coming to the festival.
I'm super jacked up about that. I'm very excited about that. I like it a lot.
Whiskey Rebel, there's no clouding in the jars, which is pretty typical when you're running a packed column and a deflagmator. It really pushes back that cloudiness.
I'm good, man. Thank you.
I'm good. I'm on water now. Thanks,
Yeah.
brother. Windsong says Midnight Runner is one of my most faves. Justin says, and you didn't blow up on a camera. Yeah, that was a good plus. No explosions.
That's crazy. We'll have to back map this after. I mean, because we'll lose a little bit after let it set overnight, but like we need to blend by volume what we cut out and then also what we keep and just see what was our total yield. Because like that was way higher than 100 proof when we started diluting it. It had to.
These are the kind of things where I go, huh, isn't that something?
Isn't that weird?
And then I just move on. Like I don't get buried in those kind of things at all. That's really quite strange. So
Curious.
what's for dinner?
Oh,
Also, like, where did that jar go?
dude, I was about to ask you that. You wrote that down, and then
I wrote it. Yeah. I walked over there and got me a glass of water.
dude, are we in the Twilight Zone? What's happening here?
Did you go in there with it? Or
I might have. No, because it was still getting
oh, okay.
proofed in here.
In the jar.
Well, we can't both be wandering around looking for it. So maybe did I write it down twice? I don't remember.
Oh my gosh.
This is what happens at the end of the live.
Yeah.
Well, here it is.
Hey.
I'm just kidding. I didn't find it.
Aw.
I think. All right. What's happening?
We're on in the background while Charlene is live on Ladies Night.
Shout out to Ladies Night.
Ladies' night. Oh, what a night.
I've noticed as it's gotten later in the night, we have more non-members. But
Oh,
normally it's like all blue or
Yeah,
green.
yeah.
Which is kind of interesting.
Trickster says it must have been the schnapps. Yeah.
What did Collector Rick get?
I don't know. Well, that's quite a run right there. I'm pretty excited to do the blending tomorrow, just to see what's
super
going
curious
on.
about the blending because I would imagine that it would be super high yield from that standpoint too. I mean,
Yeah. Rimfire is green. Is that new? Rimfire, did you just become a member, or is that new?
yeah, he got. Well, I think he bought. I think he got. I don't know.
He got one. Yeah. Whiskey Rebel says, so I took the jar to the sink with him with a normal lid on. Well, let me go check that, brother. You might be right. Let's find out. That is not right.
That is not right. That is incorrect.
I had to have just carried it somewhere and set it down.
Man, I don't know, dude.
still has stopped.
Wash it out of there.
Yeah,
This is
honestly,
the
I
jar.
feel like this
this
run is done.
This is the jar. It's got to be. Well,
Rimfire says, just bought in, can't expect free rise and shine. Funny. Well, yeah, we're tomorrow morning.
8:30 Central Standard Time.
Whiskey Rebel says, I backed up the video to look. It's the water. I assure you, it's not the water that I'm drinking.
Dustin said, "Ladies' Night doesn't talk about moonshine enough." What's a typical like topic of discussion over there? They run about the same time we do, and I never get to see them. So, like, what are they talking about?
I don't know. I've never been in it. What do the ladies chat about over there in Ladies' Night?
Better look out. Wind song.
Too many cups of butter pecan and hot chocolate. All the words on the screen are a little too blurry. Y'all done yet? We're almost done, hon. Almost done. Matt Perry's a new member tonight. Been tuning in for a while. Well, we're glad to have you, Matt.
Absolutely, brother.
Been a long time member. Appreciate you. Or subscriber.
Oh yeah.
I'm straight from the jar tonight.
This is a wild run, dude.
This is water, you guys. Don't worry.
Not 200 proof. He's fibbing. Dude, could you imagine how much of a man you have to be to just like drink a quart of 200
Yeah.
proof like water?
Yeah, no.
I told you about the guy I ran across on TikTok.
Yeah.
Dude,
You showed me one of his TikToks.
dude. So, I don't know if I can say this. He is a brother
Yeah.
from like the Atlanta area, and he hands around like at parties and like cookouts and stuff. He hands jars of like high proof to people, and then they're just like they turn into puddles.
Yeah.
Like he gets them like they're jacked up. I can't remember his name. Here, I'll actually. He messaged me the other day. Anyway, this guy's stuff is hilarious, and his name is Juice L55 on TikTok. You guys should go give him a follow. Dude, got long dreads, and then just like films the funniest TikToks. I warned you. I warned you.
Yeah.
And just people like he'll show like their scraped up elbows and knees. He'll be like, "Moonshine did it to you. Moonshine did it to you."
Yeah.
And he's just like showing just the aftermath of people not listening to him. I think
I like that.
it's hilarious. Oh, that's basically what we're making tonight, I guess. Crank that thing.
Get it going. Get it going.
Let's make sure this is the last jar. It's also crystal clear, which is concerning.
What
This is the jar, you think? This is the final one?
This is it. I mean, one way or another.
So what are we going to do? So, okay. We shut it off regardless, like whatever the jar comes out. If it comes out to 180, what are we going to do? Are we going to fire this thing back up in the morning?
No, because there's definitely not enough in there to warrant it. It's another hour and a half of heat up time. Paying attention.
I'm not saying definitely about any part of this.
Yeah, not well, true, but like I'm not messing with it. This is plenty.
I'm for it.
Yeah.
Like your mind's not completely blown by this.
No, I told you. I move on from things like this. I don't get lost in puzzles like this.
Dude, I get entrapped.
In
I
traffic.
can get out of it.
My wife is the
I'll
same
think
way.
about this
If
for
her-
several hours.
Yeah, if her mind puzzles on something, she gets stuck in it.
No.
I don't
Yeah.
move.
I'm
I
there,
go.
and I'm self-aware. I know I'm there. Nothing is to be gained from me being stuck in this conundrum of like what happened during this run, but I'll live in it for several hours after we leave,
No, it was just we made a simple mistake somewhere along the way. That's all.
and I'll think about that for several hours. That's all I'm telling you. I mean, there's nothing I can do to change that. I recognize it.
Yeah,
I won't be able to change it.
I'll barely remember tomorrow.
Here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna go home with my wife. I'm gonna make a pot of coffee.
Yeah.
Oftentimes I'll have coffee at night. I'm gonna take a cup out back, and I'm gonna stew on this for a minimum of 2 hours before I go to sleep.
I feel for you, brother.
I
will lose no sleep over it.
I'm not gonna lose sleep. I'm gonna go to bed at the same time, but I'm gonna spend all my energy for the rest of the night, all my brain power, thinking about what has happened here tonight. This is like a Messiah run. This is weird. I think we put a fourth gallon in there.
There was no fourth gallon.
We're gonna have to
There were
rewind the
3
tape on
gallons.
this. I mean, it is on video, which is the convenient part about it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. You're poison because it's the still.
Didn't even he
Or
put
he
a
wrote
question mark
question mark.
after that.
It's
No one
the
knows
still?
what's happening. We
Yeah.
don't know what's happening. You guys don't.
Yeah.
Like a.
So let us know in the chat. Do you, if this is happening to you, do you try and figure it out, or do you just move on?
Also, like, maybe we.
Yeah, for sure. It is.
Maybe we. What's the version? What's our version of the Nobel Prize? There's something there, but anyway, if we awarded like a Nobel Prize for you figuring out what happened here by all the information we can give you, we put 3 gallons of feints in here that proofed out to 100 that we added water to dilute it down to 80 proof,
Just under 80.
just under 80 proof. And I'm sitting here looking at over a gallon and a half, a pint over a gallon and a half of 185, maybe even 186. How's that happen?
Winsong says, "Hey, honey, Jason gave me a major case of the giggles tonight. He should win a cool prize."
There you go.
People get prizes for making Winsong
She
laugh.
said it, dude. What are you going to do? Not give him a prize?
I mean, I'm just glad you didn't put me on the spot. That's all. You know,
Which Jason are you talking about? Jason H or Jason A?
Clinton says, when you do your Bloody Butcher bourbon, might I suggest 70% bloody, 20% malted rye, and 10% barley.
What is Schrodinger's neutral run? What's Clinton saying?
Schrodinger's.
What is that?
Schrodinger's cat?
What are you talking about?
No, you're not real.
What are you saying?
It's like, so Schrodinger's cat is a quantum physics
Hold on.
experiment.
Why are you guys acting like I'm a jackass right now?
Have you never heard of that?
What is it?
It's a quantum physics.
No, I've never heard of it.
It's a
Sorry.
quantum physics experiment where basically they have a cat in a room and
Cat in a box.
A cat in a box. Ipso facto, you look at it and it's dead, and then you're not looking at it and it's alive. It's some real thing in quantum physics that if you are observing a phenomena, it will behave differently than if you are not observing it.
Okay. Thank you.
And so
Everyone knows about this?
many people know about this.
A lot of people
You know about it and you know about it.
Yeah.
He said it. That's 3 people that know about it.
It's basically, it's this experiment that says there's this closed box and there's a cat in there and there's some poison in there. I'm breaking it down as simple as I can. There's a cat in there and there's some poison in there, and while you are not opening the box, the cat is both alive and dead at the same time.
Yes.
Quantum physics stuff.
It explains quantum physics in a really like kind of simple
It's
way.
like a tree falls in the wood type situation.
Yeah,
Similar.
I would say so. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It describes
Bigger concern for me.
quantum entanglement.
Bigger concern for me. Forget about the actual experiment itself. Everyone knew about that, and I'm hearing about it for the first time.
Obviously, not everyone, but
Not everyone knew about
like
it.
all but one person.
All but one person.
I mean, I hate to ask the chat for this, but I mean, did everyone else know about that, or am I the only one that sat here and was like, I've never heard about this before in my life? That concerns me way more than the actual.
You're probably not the only person that's never heard of it, but
No, but the way you guys both jumped on it, you guys jumped on it so quick. I'm like,
but that was also because, oh, look, I have this opportunity to be smart and act like I know something someone else doesn't know. That's
Yeah.
all it was.
I
That's all it was.
like learning new big words. I like learning about new science experiments.
Whenever whenever
I'm
it's
not
like,
bummed out about the whole situation. I'm slightly bummed out about the fact that I feel like maybe the only person who's never heard of that. It's like you guys threw it out there like it was like a have you ever seen the movie Good Will Hunting?
Yeah.
And someone was like, no.
It's close to that.
it's
Yeah.
like, it's kind of like
It's close
that.
to that.
Schrodinger. Anytime I say that,
That's tough.
anytime I see that name, like I think of like when you're expecting a certain outcome and it's totally different or whatever. That's Schrodinger.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
All right, well, I know it now.
You need to go look it up, buddy.
I'll remember it. That's another thing I'll ponder on tonight when I'm sitting over there by the fire drinking my coffee.
I can't believe you're gonna go home and drink coffee at this hour.
I do it all the time.
What the hell is wrong?
I have
with you?
ADHD, and so it works the opposite way. It makes me
sure,
sleepy.
Sure,
yeah.
sure, yeah. Okay,
Had it since a young lad. The old coffee will put me right to bed.
that's pretty cool.
I like it.
I wish
It's a
mine
neat
did
little
that.
tool. It's a neat little tool of mine.
I wish that
I
did
take
that to me.
NyQuil to stay up all
Did my
night.
phone die or something? Where'd the
Oh,
the jar cam
I
go?
bet it did die. Yeah.
And it died.
Yeah.
Jar
Well,
cam's dead.
Good news is this is the last jar, regardless of whatever happens. So
Yep.
yeah. See, nobody else in the chat was like, "Dude, I think
Clinton-
that was just a stars align, and that was you three guys knowing about that. And
It might be.
Clinton, the jar is simultaneously half full and half empty.
oh shit! All right, I'm about to run this last jar out.
All right. Get it.
Dude, that is hot tub water.
Is it?
Yeah. I feel like it's safe to say there is like no reflux happening. So yeah, look at that.
Yeah, good. Because I'm wore out on this.
Running like a
honestly.
scared fawn.
When
It's
someone
bothering
says
me.
he gets a corn stuffed T-shirt.
It's bothering me so much that almost in the name of science, if this one proofs out in even the 170s, I'm not. I don't care. I don't care that much. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
You
I
need
should
to-
care
And,
less.
and,
Quit
and
caring.
believe me, the fact that you said in the name of science and you don't know who Schrodinger's cat is,
All right.
like I'm bothered by.
All right.
I'm offended.
You're a big science guy? You're a big science guy? You never heard
a science guy, are you?
You've never heard of Schneebel's equation? I know. I started to throw out the who was the really weird. He did like social science type stuff about fixation of small children on various parts of their.
Freud, Sigmund Freud. Yeah.
Okay. I started to be like, I know Freud, and I couldn't recall his name. So it's like my rebuttal to that was like, I know science people.
Yeah.
Alan Einstein, ever heard of him?
I heard an interesting take about Albert Einstein. Actually, was it today? It might have been the other day, but anyway, my physics professor was telling me that Albert Einstein, after his divorce, just stopped publishing anything.
Pause. I'm gonna admit some things here. I didn't know that Albert Einstein was ever married, nor obviously did I know he ever got a divorce.
Right.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah, there are details you don't really know about him. I mean, it's not an important detail to most people, but there's a pretty strong correlation to his lack of science after his divorce. And his wife, she
What a piece of shit.
yeah, so his wife was like one of these like hidden figures types of people. She worked in physics.
Okay.
But
She had to have.
but she did.
She
And
had
so
to
the
have.
claim
Yeah.
is that she was like the author of a lot of his work.
And because she was a woman,
So yeah.
It was hidden.
messed up.
He stole her work.
I don't like
Stole
that.
all her ideas.
I don't like it.
Well, this guy, like, I don't think he would parrot that unless he really believed it. Like, he's not like one of those, you know.
So they're saying not like he didn't get into depression and just kind of fall out of love with the work. They're saying he was married to her. She was the workhorse.
Yes.
I would like to look into that.
Me too. This was brand new for me. Never heard this claim before. Anyway.
I don't like it. I'm immediately on her side.
Yeah, like me too. I need any reason to not like Albert Einstein. So
He was a goofy little guy.
goofy looking.
That story about his chauffeur who traveled around with him to all of his lectures, and then he got sick and then gave his lecture, and then someone asked a real complicated question, and the chauffeur says, that's such an obtuse, that is such an easy question. Even my chauffeur could answer it,
Yeah.
and pointed towards Albert Einstein, who then like stood up and answered the question.
I don't know this story.
Pulled off the whole lecture.
That's interesting. I didn't know
Yeah.
that. That's funny.
I rolled across that on TikTok the other day. I don't know if that's legitimate history or
You never know.
I've heard that
just
before.
bullshit. I always think
never
everything.
know.
That's the problem with the internet now. Everything I hear now that comes from the internet,
You have to
there's always
question.
50% of me that's like, that's bullshit.
It
Yeah.
could be
That
bullshit.
didn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now it even goes not just with what you hear, but what you see.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
is that real or is that not
I
real?
saw that one on Joe Rogan though, so I think it's maybe the only
It's still 50,
40%. I go 60-40. He's up there with Elon. What she said?
Big fan of
I don't know that Einstein could have gotten away with stealing his wife's work. I mean, he did.
He did a
You know,
lot.
back in the day, they would like get up in front of other physicists and talk about their stuff.
Do you think he
You
was
know?
ever like they were having an in-depth discussion, and he was like, "Hold on for a second, I gotta go use the bathroom," and then like sends a telegram to his wife,
Right.
and comes back. He's like, "Ah,
Looks-
let's think about that. I'm gonna do some
Pulls out
calculations."
notes from his
Yeah.
wife.
Yeah. Checks notes.
Yeah.
E equals MB squared equals MC squared.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And I
Is
came
what
up
I'm
with
told.
this.
Is what I've worked on. That would be a major development.
It would be.
Also, if I was one of these feminist groups, I'm pushing that.
I'm all over it.
Yeah.
All over
How
it.
much money do we have? How much Facebook ads can I run towards this narrative?
Yeah. Let's change
Let's
the
spend it all,
entire
right?
public perception on
Yeah.
Einstein now.
Guy's a nerd, dude.
Did
Guy
you
sucks.
did you also know he was a distiller?
What?
I think you
Really?
made that up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, I caught one.
Made
Okay,
that up,
okay.
yeah. I mean, it might be true, but I did.
It could
I
be
couldn't
true.
say that
True,
without
though.
knowing.
Like,
I bet, dude. Guys were making, guys were making cheeses and all kinds of stuff in the home back then. I feel
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
the 40s, like
Or their wives
running
were
out,
doing
you
it,
know, like,
and
yeah,
they were
no,
taking credit.
That's true too. That's true again.
Why
And
is
have
doing
women been oppressed for like all of history?
it? Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
I think 98% of people have been oppressed for all of history. But
Except us. Not us, right?
Not
But now
us.
is our downtime. Like now is our spiral.
We're going down.
yeah.
And
Now's
it's not
our-
I'm
yeah.
not I'm
It's-
I'm
It's catching up
it's
with us.
really not cool.
It was a
to
good
be
run.
male anymore.
I'm
a good
kicking
run.
I'm kicking and
It was a
screaming
good
about
run.
it.
It was a
I'm
good
kicking
run.
and screaming about it, but
Good run.
yeah.
Also, still not
We're
that
on the-
bad. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's not. We're good.
Einstein is my hero. Man, when sucks.
Yeah.
Frankenstein. Oh, everyone's just saying they're hero. I get it.
Okay. Frankenstein is me hero. Rick, is that the character in Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, or was there another Frankenstein that you were talking about?
Dunzo.
It's a wrap.
Stick a fork in it. Stick a hydrometer in it. It's done.
There you go.
I'm still kind of bummed that I just lost a jar.
I don't think. Maybe you just wrote an extra coffee filter.
I don't think so. I think I lost a jar.
Well, here's the thing, man. We haven't left here. But it's not lost.
There's no cap. I kept a cap over here so I could shake. And it's gone too, which tells me there's a jar somewhere with a cap.
All right.
168.
That was it. I'm going to look briefly.
Jar number 15 is 168. It's finally done. Yes, Jason, it's done. 168. Jason can't wait for the 24-hour live. Should be entertaining.
Yeah, I think that'll be a fun watch. I look forward to seeing him get tired. Like really start losing it a little bit.
I don't know how he's going to make it. Like, I'm tired. We've been doing this for 3 hours.
I don't know how he's
I'm
going to make
tired.
it either. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a big Elon fanboy myself. I like seeing the cool shit he's doing.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I saw his rocket land back on a ship out in the ocean. I thought,
It's really cool.
this is science fiction. This is science fiction come to life.
It's really
so
cool. Yeah, and I support any amount of government subsidy he's getting. Like, I think it's great. Because he's doing cooler shit than NASA has done in a very long time.
I agree.
Yeah.
Trickster, the 24-hour live is a thing that Zach is doing when he hits 10,000 followers on TikTok on his channel over there, which is ABV Guy. When he gets to 10,000 followers, he's doing a 24-hour live. He's got 150 gallons of mash back there to run. He's going to be running 2 stills at a time with about 6 different stills for a 24-hour period if he can survive.
Clinton, he got unbanned during this live. So it was just a funny time frame. So he should be able to go live again here soon.
I'm back now, baby.
Yeah, he should be back now.
That said, due to recent developments, I am definitely going to try to be figuring out a way to go live on multiple platforms at the same time. Probably in the next week, I'm going to figure out the best way where I can run through the OBS for the Homebrew Center YouTube and the my TikTok and possibly Facebook too, just to make sure if something happens with one of the lives, I can always be going on one of them.
I wouldn't worry about Facebook. I would do the Homebrew Center YouTube and your TikTok.
Okay.
And the reason I say just do those two is because you can put the app on the shop phone and just run
2 separate ones.
Yeah, just run 2 phones. You don't even have to worry about OBS.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's kind of true, really.
Much simpler operation.
Charge on.
I would like to teach you guys how this thing works at some point, but yeah, that's what you should do.
Well,
right
and
there.
the only thing too is for that long, like I want to have this TV rigged up somehow to where like I can get the chat,
Okay,
see the chat easier.
I could set that up for you.
A USB cable.
Yeah.
Or
Well, we almost don't even need
HDMI
that.
to USB.
We just set up this thing, this laptop to that TV. I can do it. I can show you.
Okay.
So not on. No. Yes. He's planning on going live on YouTube also, but it'll be on a different channel. Not
Homebrew Center.
It'll be on Homebrew Center.
Subscribe to the Homebrew Center if you are not already. Adam, do you still have that link to that Homebrew Center? I'll drop it in there. Go over there, subscribe. I will definitely be running the 24-hour live stream on there. I'll probably do one horizontal on YouTube, and then the TikTok will be probably vertical. I haven't figured out how to make horizontal work on TikTok well. Probably something prior to this, but what we're doing.
You got time. You got time.
Well, I think that's it.
This is it. We made it to the end.
168, finally. Jeez, man, the run that would never stop. That should be the
Yeah.
title of this video.
Yeah.
Had a blast sitting here, hanging out with everybody. Been fun. It's been a good one.
It's been awesome. Congratulations again to Brian Veal
Ryan Beal,
for winning the
hit your
year's
camera,
worth of
Mom.
grain.
Firm handshakes all around.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a blast. We'll see those of you that have your memberships to the Stone LeClaire channel. We'll see you in the morning during the Rise and Shine. For those of you who do not, we will see you in the long form YouTube videos and next week's live. Thanks for hanging out.
Good night.
Bye, guys. Good night.